can't sit still. Hot dogs and a cold chill, we go wild just for the thrill. Cheerleaders doing their dance, crowd in a football trance. Friends and beers in every hand, living life like we planned. Let's step and go, we won't slow down in this wild football show. Let's step and go, we'll make some noise in this big crowd we know.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Merry Christmas to all of you. I hope you guys had a good break. I know I sure did. And I tell you what, guys, honestly, man, it feels pretty crazy to have taken 4 days off. It felt crazy to have 4 days off. So I don't know what I'm going to do during that break, during the off season, once this football season is over. It is week 17. It is week 17 right now. We are still doing the weekly pick'ems, and call me crazy, but I'm giving you 5 games for free this week. We saw 3 games on Thursday. If you haven't made your weekly pick'ems, you can still do that. We've done 3 games, or we saw 3 games on Christmas. 3 games were taken care of on Christmas. 2 games happening today, and as per usual, as per the rules listed in the contest, you guys have until Sunday morning at kickoff at 11 a.m. to make your picks. So if you haven't done that yet, go out there and do that. What's up, guys? We got Tuna to Fish in the house. John Bardrone saying, where are we going to the game? In the Uber right now, my guy. What's up, John? We are live in San Antonio here. Good to know that you are actually heading to the game right now. That's super cool. Maybe you can give us some insight as to what the atmosphere is like at the game. We got Curtis Edwards in the chat. What up, Curtis? How you doing, man? I saw Courtney. I saw Mr. Robert Samora. Hello, Robert Samora. Hello, Courtney. Hello, Larry. Shout out to Palpatine of the Internet. Isabel, Marva Merriman, Atomic 0822 saying, hey-o. What up, Atomic? How you doing? Dantum, what's up? Curtis Edwards, Bills fan for life. Brian Thomas, 21J, go Texas, Dallas, Texas. I see you. It's going to be a good day, guys. It's going to be a good game. We've got 2 games slated for today. We've got the game that you see behind me right now, the Houston Texans in Los Angeles to take on the Chargers. And then immediately after this game, we're going to have one more where the Baltimore Ravens will travel to Green Bay to take on the Green Bay Packers. Both of those teams playing with backup quarterbacks, so it's really anybody's game. Okay, let's take a quick look at the NFL playoff picture now that all of this is starting to come into focus, I should say. Courtney saying he is real indeed. Yeah, dude, I'm definitely not a hologram. I'm definitely a real person who needs to fix his tie because for whatever reason, I think the collar on this shirt is just too small. Anyways, Bo Nix wins the Super Bowl, says Curtis Edwards. I'm not buying that, dude. I'm not buying it. I understand that you really like the Broncos. And you know what, man? I would say that the Broncos defense could win this game for them, but it's not going to be because of Bo Nix. That's just my take on it. Okay, we'll take a look at the AFC. We focus a lot of our energy on the NFC because my favorite team is in the NFC and the Dallas Cowboys, but the Cowboys are officially eliminated from playoff contention. And today we've got 2 teams in the postseason going head-to-head right now prior to the postseason. Chargers at 5, Texans at 4. Chargers at 5, Texans at 7. Texans, a 10-5 record. Chargers, an 11-4 record. So they are 1 win ahead of the Houston Texans. A win for Houston would move them up this bracket here. They'd be tied, and a head-to-head victory over one of the other contending teams could elevate the Houston Texans from their playoff positioning here. A loss from the Chargers and a head-to-head matchup between the Houston Texans could drop them a level here. So right now we're playing for playoff positioning. This could potentially be the AFC Championship matchup. It may not be. Probably won't be, honestly speaking. But it could be. As it sits right now in the postseason, the Patriots would be playing the Texans. The Jaguars would be playing the Bills. And the Steelers would be playing the Chargers. But we shuffle a few things around, and now we're really focusing not just on the playoff picture, but on the draft order as well, which I updated here too. I did update the draft order. Oh, and if you're noticing down at the bottom of the screen, I've got the schedule for the college football games that I'll be covering this week coming up down there as well. Thursday, January 1, I'll be doing the Orange Bowl. I'll be doing the what's the other one? Orange Bowl, Rose Bowl, and Sugar Bowl. Not going to be doing the Cotton Bowl this year because that's on December 31st. That's on a Wednesday. And you know what? Honestly, and I'm sure most of you guys are going to just say, duh, I really enjoyed hanging out with my family. So we're probably going to do that on December 31st here as well. That's right, Joe. That's right, my friend saying, all right, back at it. Let's go. Let's go, Joe. I see you, Lance Bowers. I see you, Real Mad Zero. Inner Circle. What's going on, my guy? Ray Sanchez in the house. What up, Ray? How you doing? Chef Board ED. He says, Chef Board. Right now, Colts are dead men walking. Colts are done, dude. The Colts are done. Let's talk about the teams that are actually still on the bubble here. Colts technically not done, but they're sitting at number 8. Dead men walking for sure. So are the Ravens, it feels like. If the Ravens get this win, that'll move them to 8 and that would be what, 8 and 8? But someone correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like it is fair to say that if the Texans win this game, no, I guess the Ravens wouldn't really be out. We got to see what the Steelers are going to do. We need the Steelers. Ravens fans are hoping that the Steelers lose their next 2 games, and they're going to have to find a way to win the next 2 games without Lamar Jackson. Jackson is going to be out for today's contest against the Green Bay Packers. That'll be the second game that we cover tonight. So I know for a fact that Ravens fans are going to be locked in for that one here. It's win or go home for the Baltimore Ravens tonight. Houston Texans, honestly, if they win this game, they clinch the postseason, and then it's really just down to the Steelers. That's what it comes down to. If the Texans win this game, the Colts are going to be out. I don't see a way that the Colts can catch them. The Colts can't catch them. They're in the same division with 2 more games left to go. Texans win this game, they're done. Colts are done. So Colts fans probably watching this game here as well. Okay, in the NFC, guys, the NFC playoff picture. Seahawks right now currently have the bye week. We would watch the Bears play the Packers. The Eagles play the Rams after things have shifted around. And the Panthers versus the 49ers. 49ers at Panthers, Rams at Eagles, Packers at Bears for the postseason. The Packers also, with that loss, this should say clinched the playoffs here as well. The Packers did clinch the playoffs with the loss of the Detroit Lions on Christmas. Detroit Lions lose on Christmas. Packers are now in the postseason, guaranteed. Panthers are the only remaining team, and the Buccaneers are going head-to-head. So Panthers technically in the hunt, Buccaneers on the bubble, and we will be covering this game. We're going to be covering the Panthers game tomorrow. This is the schedule for the week for Football Nation. You guys who have signed up for the weekly pick'ems, you've already seen all the matchups. If you haven't signed up for the weekly pick'ems, footballnationusa.com. Just visit the website. You'll just have to navigate to that tab, and we'll do it. Watching CFB right now, says Roy Williams. Marvin Merriman saying, Pack, Jags ain't making the Super Bowl, says Curtis Edwards. Frank the Tank is in the house. Aaliyah saying, ignition. Frank Z saying, I'm a Houston Texans AFC South fan. Okay, well, we're covering the Texans and the Chargers as well as the Ravens and the Packers tonight. These 2 games right here. Tomorrow, 3 games. We will start. Can I get my Texans logo when you get a chance? I got you, Lance. Yes, I absolutely got you, brother. Give me 1 second. Actually, let me also pop up the text overlay. And you know, dude, it's our pregame right now. So let's just go ahead and get that logo for you now as opposed to after the game starts and I'm super busy calling it. Would make more sense to get that done right now. Okay, so I'm going to make a quick change, guys. I'm going to make sure that those of you who are channel members, y'all get access to additional emojis, one of them being for these 2 teams. I think I got the Chargers one. Do we have a Chargers emoji, guys? Do we have a Chargers emoji? Let's go to badges and emojis. I also think we picked up enough new channel members to just straight up add another one. So that's pretty cool. Chargers is here. We're not going to be covering the Colts game this week, so let's just substitute the Colts for the Texans. Could have sworn I had the Texans emoji already out there. Looks like I definitely don't, though. Okay, so let's go ahead and change this. We'll replace this image with the Texans. Save and publish. Cool, there we go. Living like Larry, I see you. Bills fan for life. Allen, Lance Bowers dropping the Chargers, so we see it. We see it. JJ Sword saying, change your tie, dude. Why? What's wrong with my tie? I love this tie. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of this tie. Let's see. We're going to put him back into retirement, says Chef 4RD. I'm H-Town. Biatch. Oh, no. Love from Dallas, Texas. How about them Cowboys? Atomic, how about them Cowboys, bro? Tough loss for us this season, huh? Tough season for the Dallas Cowboys, man. It's okay. It is what it is. Anyways, let me get back on track. Lance, thank you for reminding me to get those emojis updated, and thank you for the Super Chat. Thank you for Atomic on that Super Chat as well. Merry Christmas, guys. Happy New Year. That's around the corner. So, this is the final NFL week of the 2025 calendar year. Not the NFL calendar year, but of 2025. Looks like Lisa also saying it's never too late to become a Packers fan. Let's effing go. Go Pack Go, she says. Lisa, thank you very much. My wife has been barking up that tree for a few years. It hasn't exactly gone her way. I'm pretty stubborn. I'm pretty stubborn in my own ways. What's going on, Cool as a fan? We got Wamba Brown in the house. Looks like Shibo Skyline saying Packers are in. Yes, they are. After that loss again on Christmas, the Detroit Lions losing clinched a playoff berth. I do have to update that graphic. That's like the one thing that I got to change here. Texans are going down. Sorry, overrated ball washers, says Landon. Ooh, Landon. James saying failure is not an option. There you go, Bills fan for life. He's dropping the Texans emoji right there. Living like Larry got his Seahawks emoji right there. Denver Broncos all day, says Trina. Let's go, Texans. Okay, guys. So, I keep getting off track because I love talking to you guys. Let me get focused in right now. We've got, and because Super Chats keep coming in and I keep getting distracted by those as well, I'm Houston. I am H-Town Fire. Let's go. Frank Z, thank you very much, my friend. And I like how you censored yourself but still made it fun. I appreciate that on this family channel. I appreciate that a lot, dude. Thank you for that $20 Super Chat, dude. That puts a smile on my face. That puts a smile. Whose jersey is that that's torn? Is that a Mahomes jersey? Hopkins jersey? Is that a D-Hop jersey? An old D-Hop jersey that's torn apart? Oh, my. Wolfie Graphics dropping in, checking in for the Bears. What up, Bobby? Okay, goes. All right, guys, let's take a quick look at this. This week, Seahawks, Panthers, first game tomorrow. After that, another really good matchup with the Eagles and the Bills. This could be a potential Super Bowl matchup right now, folks. Honestly, this could be an NFC Championship game. This could be a Super Bowl matchup. And Sunday night, we've got another one for Sunday Night Football, which could be another NFC Championship game with the 49ers and the Bears. All of these teams in the postseason that we're covering right now, except for two. The only teams that I am covering this week that are not in the postseason as it sits right now, the Ravens, who are close to elimination, and the Falcons, who have been eliminated. But Monday Night Football, we don't really have a choice on what games that we're going to cover for Monday Night Football. It is what it is. So those are there. Your wife is 100% correct, says Lisa. She is 100% correct. Yeah, there's literally a cheese head somewhere here that we got when we went to Lambeau last August. We were up there last year for one of her family reunions. She's from the Wisconsin area. And we went to Lambeau Field, which a lot of you guys know is where I actually proposed to my wife. And on the way out, we had to grab a cheese head. And I'm not going to say no, right? There's no way we can say no to that. It's fun. I don't know. It's interesting. Chef saying, I have no business in this chat, but I'm still here. Thanks for having an outsider. Dude, Chef, you're welcome to be here, man. You're welcome to stick around with us. So I'm curious, though, why you feel like you have no business in this chat. I think you do, man. I think hanging out and being a part of this community is huge, and I'm glad that you're here, dude. Okay, boo, only Cowboys for life, says Brian. I'm with you, Brian. I'm feeling the same way. The Steelers BS is real, says the life sentence. You know what else is real? Max Crosby walking out on the Las Vegas Raiders this week because they're more interested in picking up they're more interested in sitting Max Crosby and getting that first-round pick, getting that first overall pick than they are on, making sure Max Crosby hits his bonus numbers. Okay, here is my question to you guys. Now, you'll notice that only 1 through 24 are here, which means obviously there are 8 teams who are not listed. Those 8 teams are the 8 teams with the most wins this season, and because of that, they are not represented in the 2026 NFL Draft Order. According to USA Today, this is the 2026 NFL Draft Order as it sits after the 3 Christmas games on Thursday. What is your team's number? And then I'll know who your team is. What number are you guys drafting? Who is your team and what number are you drafting? If you're the New York Jets, you've got 2 first-round draft picks. If you're the Dallas Cowboys, you've got 2 first-round draft picks. Another trade here. Look at this. Number 12, LaShawn Korb checking in right now. Number 12 for Los Angeles Rams. I see you. We got number 13 with Now I'm Prune Tracy checking in with number 13. That's the Baltimore Ravens right now. Cool as a fan checks in with number 20. He's a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. Dana Vanover, number 21. That's technically the Dallas Cowboys. So are you a Green Bay Packers or Dallas Cowboys fan? Cowboys have both 15 and 21. Who else, guys? 24. Bills always with the late pick. They really are always with that late pick. Where are the Chargers? Chargers not on here. Chargers are not on here because they are not in the top 24 teams to get a draft pick. The LA Chargers are going to get a late first-round draft pick this year. And that's a good thing. If your team is past number 24, that means your team is on fire right now, and your team is up there with some teams that you obviously don't see here. You'll notice the Broncos are not there. You'll notice the Bears are not there. The Seahawks not on this list right now. All the teams with the most wins not represented on this graphic right now. Okay. Looks like we are about 12 minutes away from kickoff here, folks. We're about 12 minutes away from kickoffs. So, a few things that we got to talk about. And I know that was a long walk for a short drink of water. How about we break down some statistics? Red leather, yellow leather. Chef Boyardee, you're too late. You're FN family now. You're part of the Football Nation family now, says Lisa. Let's go. I love it. I love that that's the kind of energy we need here. LOL. I didn't see 15, but of course, I'm a Cowboys fan, says Dana Vanover. Yeah, because they moved. Did they move to 15? Oh, okay, for sure. Dana, thanks for letting us know. I don't have my readers, but Buffalo. 20 or so for sure. Just got home from Iowa. Good to know. Roy, welcome home. I'm glad you're back home. Houston, we have a problem. We might. What channel is this game on, asks Kenny. So this is going to be one of those games, guys, where if you do not have access to the NFL Network, you won't have access to this game, at least I don't think. I think these 2 games today, both games today, I think both of them are being flexed on the NFL Network. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong there. Okay, let's take a look at the stats. Offensively, the Houston Texans have been mid. And that's putting it kindly, politely. They really hang their hat on being the best defense or one of the best defenses next to the Denver Broncos in the NFL right now. Points per game allowed. They are literally the best team, giving up the fewest amount of points per game, giving up 16.6 points per game. Yards per game, this team defensively in yards per game allowed, only giving up 274. That puts them in first in the NFL. Yards per play, third down efficiency, top 5 in every one of those categories. Unfortunately, inside the red zone, they do struggle a little bit, this Houston Texans defense, giving up a success rate at 60%. Offensively, bottom half of the table in every single category. That's actually the one thing that concerns me for the Houston Texans. That's literally the one thing that I'm worried about for the Houston Texans. I don't know that C.J. Stroud is what we saw last year. Last year, C.J. Stroud had Stephon Diggs. Made a big difference, right? well, I guess for a little bit because Stephon Diggs missed most of the season. Same thing for Tank Dell. Losing Tank Dell was a huge loss for the Houston Texans. Now they've got a handful of a couple of good receivers, right? They got Nico Collins, they got Christian Kirk, Xavier Hutchinson, maybe, I guess, Jaden Higgins, maybe, I guess, Jaden Higgins, the rookie, probably a better option there in my personal opinion after just playing the eye test and watching. But C.J. Stroud took a big step back. C.J. Stroud also missed time this season, so the numbers just aren't there. Defensively, though, this team has kept this defensively, that defensive unit has kept this team alive. Let's break down the offense. I'm going to speed run this, guys. I don't normally speed run this. Y'all know me. I like to take my time on these pregames. Heck, sometimes I take 45 minutes on my pregames, and I start super early. But we're going to speed run it today. There is one change here that was questionable coming into today's game. It's the left tackle. That could be problematic today. All I'm hearing is that the AFC is better than the NFC, says Brant for Liberty. I wouldn't go that far, Brant. As far as I remember, last time I checked, the NFC won the Super Bowl. So, I don't know, Emilio. I don't know, Brant. Emilio checks in saying, what up, brother from another mother? I hope your Christmas was fabulous. Anyhow, Texans, I got 5 on it. Oh, yeah? You got 5 on the Houston Texans? I don't know who to pick, man. Honestly, Santino and I didn't make our pick'ems this week, and there's so many close matchups here that it's so hard to tell. In case anybody is wondering, though, the spread is scrolling by at the bottom of the screen, and it looks like right now the Chargers are 3-point favorites heading into this one. We might see an upset. You never know. Quarterback, C.J. Stroud. Running back, Woody Marks. And Nico Collins, Jaden Higgins, and Xavier Hutchinson going to be your top 3 pass catchers. Yeah, because Tank Dell, not there. Actually, I should have Christian Kirk on this list here. He was ruled as questionable. It should say Nico Collins, Jaden Higgins, and Christian Kirk, not Xavier Hutchinson. That's okay. That's fine. Let's take a quick look out here at the offensive line. Oh, don't forget Dalton Schultz. So, Ariante Ursary not going to be available for today's contest. He is out. Trent Brown also out for today, guys. So, it looks like Blake Fisher might actually, this is actually going to be a mess here. So, okay, taking a look at this. Yeah, this is going to be an absolute, damn, this is terrible. Okay, I promise this looked a lot cleaner 24 hours when I made it. So just keep in mind that Ursary is out. Titus Howard listed as the starting left guard. You'll have Jake Andrews at center, Ed Ingram at right guard. Trent Brown is ruled as out. And Titus Howard is technically the right tackle, number 3. He's number 2, who's already lined up at left guard. Blake Fisher can't play both left and right tackle. He's got to pick one tackle here, and they're running out. So my guess is that they will keep Blake Fisher here. I'm literally guessing here. My guess is that they keep Blake Fisher here, and we'll see Jared Kingston starting at left guard, at left tackle instead of Ariante Ursary. I know that was confusing. I know it sounded garbled and jumbled up. Just know that this Houston Texans offensive line is vulnerable today, and C.J. Stroud might be under duress against the defense of the Chargers. Keep that in mind for today. Okay, the defense here for the Houston Texans, though. Texans defense, good to go. Will Anderson Jr., Tommy Togiai, you got Sheldon Rankins and Daniil Hunter as your front 4 for this Houston Texans defense. Henry To'oto going to be your weak side linebacker. Azeez Al-Shaair and E.J. Speed going to make up the linebacker core in the 4-3 defense with 4 defensive linemen and 3 linebackers. Derek Stingley Jr., your left cornerback. Jalen Petrie, your free safety. You'll have Caden Bullock as your strong safety, and then Kamari Lassiter as your right corner. This Houston Texans defense is damn good, and we'll talk about those stats in just a moment. This game is scheduled to kick off in just 5 minutes. Really quick, before I move on to the Bolts, to the Chargers here, let's take a quick look at the form coming into today's game. The Houston Texans have won the last 2 games against much weaker opponents here in the Arizona Cardinals and the Raiders, but they did put up 40 points against the Arizona Cardinals, and they won 23-21 against the Raiders. The fact that they gave up 21 points to the Raiders could be something, cause for concern. But here we are today. It's Texans at Chargers, Colts at Texans after that next week. But we may not even – this game may mean absolutely nothing if the Texans win here today. Colts, fingers crossed that the Texans lose. If you're a Colts fan, you're rooting for the Chargers today. There's only one way in for the Indianapolis Colts, and that is the Texans losing this game today. Texans will clinch with a win. Taking a quick look at the home stats, folks. Taking a quick look here at the home team stats. Now, Chargers on offense. Couple of areas for, reason to get excited. Couple of areas where you find some deficiencies. Defensively, pretty good. I think one of the most interesting defensive stats here, though, or comparison stats, is if an offense is getting a 50% success rate inside the red zone, that's not even top half in the NFL. But if a defense can hold opponents to a 50% success rate, then that is top 5 in the NFL. And that is what we've seen. Man, sometimes these numbers, I love them. Anyways, points per game versus points per game allowed. You're only giving up 21 points per game. Yeah, 20 points per game. Yeah, you're barely scoring 23, but you're giving up 20 points per game. You're winning by field goal or more on average. You're going to win a lot of those games. That's why they're in the postseason. Yards per game versus yards per game allowed. Yards per play versus yards per play allowed. You guys are big boys and girls. You guys can see those numbers for yourself here. What I want you to really take away from this is that neither of these two teams are offensive powerhouses. Not this season, at least. Both of these teams, the Texans and the Chargers, take pride in their defensive abilities. In the word that I hate the most, in their defensive prowess. And it's just true. Both these teams are really good defensive teams. What's up? I got Dab Boy Rizzle in the house. What up, Dab Boy Rizzle? We got Pabby Man checking in right now. Roy saying Superchargers. Do Cowboys fans offer grief counselors to other Cowboys fans? Would be nice, man, but my insurance doesn't cover it. What's up? Working Y to I saying bolt up. We've got, looks like Aminaka? Or Amina Kalekale. What's up, Amina? Thank you for checking in, saying, yo, I got Amina in the house. Temple of Brutus saying, go Texans. Free grieving for the Cowboys at Jerry Jones. Yeah, I don't think so. Back, says Brian Thomas. What up, Brian? Welcome back, dude. Yo, you already know I'm here, says Grand Gaming Live. What up, dude? Michael, hello. CJ Banning, hello. Your local solar system fan. Haven't seen you in a while, buddy. What's up, man? Roy Williams with a super chat as well. Jaw dropped right now, Roy. Hello, all from South Dakota. I expect a lot of field goals against the Texans defense, says Vegetarian. Says the Vegetarian. Oh, it's Vegeta in Vegetarian. Got it. Vegeta in Vegetarian. And I'm all about that Capsule Corp. And he got the win with Bulma. No offense to Goku. Bulma greater than Chi-Chi. Let's go forward. Okay, let's move forward here. Let's take a look at the offense here. Taking a look at the offense for the Los Angeles Chargers. Justin Herbert, starting quarterback. Omarion Hampton, starting running back. Your 3 wide receivers for starters today. Ladd McConkey, Keenan Allen, and Quentin Johnston. All 3 ruled available and ready to go for this contest. Starting tight end, the rookie Oronde Gadsden. Also, they will see Will Dissly out there. And the offensive line, a slight hiccup here. Jamari Salyer going to be out. So instead of Jamari Salyer, we're going to see Trevor Penning, which is crazy because this offensive line has been destroyed time and time again. Joe Alt not available. It's actually bad. It's not just the Joe Alt situation either, but the offensive line, despite the troubles that they've had, they've managed to make it to the postseason, so congratulations to the LA Chargers. Zion Johnson, left guard. At center, Bradley Bozeman. Mekhi Becton at right guard, and Bobby Hart at right tackle for the offense. It is 3:30 p.m. by my watch that I'm not wearing, but it is 3:30 p.m. by my count. This game has not started yet. They'll probably push this back another couple of minutes. I'm okay with it. Maybe that was a coin toss that I just watched. I think that was the coin toss that I'm seeing over the shoulder of Rich Eisen right now. Anyways, Chargers defense. Taking a quick look at this, guys. Deshaun Hand, left defensive end. Nose tackle going to be Tier Tart. At right guard, you're going to see Justin Oboigbe. At right defensive end, Justin Oboigbe. Tuli Tuipulotu, weak side linebacker. Dean Henley, left inside linebacker. Instead of Denzel Perryman, get this, guys. Denzel Perryman has been suspended for 2 games. At least he'll be back for the playoffs. Denzel Perryman not going to be available for this game or the next game next week, but a 2-game suspension for repeated violations that had to do with player safety. That is according to Daniel Popper of The Athletic Reports. So, a suspension means a lot on this defense for a man who would be one of the captains of this defensive unit, but he's out. So no Denzel Perryman. Instead, it's going to be Troy Dye. And then Khalil Mack as your strong side linebacker. Left corner today going to be Dante Jackson. Right corner on the far side going to be Cam Hart. Your 2 safeties for today. Free safety, Tony Jefferson. Strong safety, Derwin James Jr. is back. So this defense going to get after a busted up offensive line. Both of these offensive lines for both of these teams are busted up and missing players. And the Texans, honestly, they screwed up earlier this season just by letting Laramie Tunsil go. We should be seeing Laramie Tunsil here on the left tackle side. Not the case for the Houston Texans because they traded him away to the Washington Commanders. Whatever, that's ancient history. But we look at the Chargers offensive line, and they've also been busted up all season long. So I expect both of these teams to be chasing the quarterbacks around. Anyways, we are lined up for kickoff here. It does look like the LA Chargers are going to be kicking this thing off. Let me make sure I've got all of my graphics in place. There's the opening kickoff, and the Texans will return the 5, the 10, the 15, wrapped up at the 15-yard line, and dropped at the 11. C.J. Stroud comes out. Good tackle there defensively. Special teams, that was Dean Leonard who made the tackle there for the LA Chargers. Chargers defense on the field. Texans offense taking over right now. And let's get ourselves situated here. Okay. Henrik Huckleberry, I'm flattered, my friend. I'm flattered, but I think we should just stay friends, buddy. Here we go. We got ourselves a 1st and 10 from the 16-yard line, a single back formation. Here's the snap and a handoff. This time it goes to the right-hand side. Woody Marks takes it from the 16 out to about the 21-yard line. It's a 5-yard pickup and a 2nd down. So 2nd down, a 5-yard gain for Woody Marks will bring up a 2nd down and 5. Looks like Jackson was there to make the play. So Dante Jackson makes the play, the man out of LSU. Right now, lined up in the huddle. They are in the huddle. I'm going to make a couple adjustments here, guys, to make everything fit the way that it should. Get you your drive chart. And we've got a 2nd down and 5. 21-yard line with 14 minutes and 15 seconds on the clock. Here's the snap and another carry for Woody Marks as he's brought down after a 3-yard gain. It does bring up a 3rd down and 2 in this situation. 3rd down and 2, and we'll get the clock ticking here. They're calling it a 3rd down and 1 at the Houston 25, but my eyes said otherwise. Refresh this page, folks. There we go. Okay, stats on the right-hand side. Let me bring this out. I forgot that our last game was the Monday night game. So I did the raffle on Monday night, and I still have that up. 3rd down and 1. Here's the snap. Looking around, Stroud airs this out. Wide open upfield. It's caught. It's going. That'll be a touchdown. Oh, my goodness. Touchdown. That time it's Jaden Higgins. Wow. This is not a drill. The Houston Texans just opened up a C.J. Stroud bomb. So much for the defensive game I was expecting. Touchdown, Houston Texans. C.J. Stroud airs it out for a 75-yard touchdown to Jaden Higgins. From their own 25-yard line, the Houston Texans pop off. Anybody got C.J. Stroud in the championship game? Should have a couple championship games going on right now. Extra point attempt coming up here as well. There's the snap, the hold, the kick. It's up, it's good. And the score is now 7-0 Houston. So Houston knows. Houston knows what's going on in their situation. They need this win right now. Houston knows they need this win. Okay, I think we're good. That happened quick, guys. That happened really quick. Give me one moment. We'll bring this out. I think we're set on the graphics here. We'll scroll down. One pass, one completion. C.J. Stroud, 75 yards. Take a look at that. Can't make that up. C.J. Stroud, one pass, one completion, 75 yards, a touchdown. First play of the game for C.J. Stroud where he throws the football. 9 fantasy points for him. Woody Marks, 2 carries for 9 yards. Jaden Higgins, one target, 1 reception, 75 yards. That opening drive of this game was 3 plays, 84 yards, in just 1 minute and 40 seconds. Okay, howdy to everyone, says Preston. Chargers get charging. LOL crazy, says JD Bo. What up, JD? Time to sing a Beatles song, says God bless the Beatles. Oh, man. Now, at that point, you would just say, obla di, obla da. Life goes on, bruh. That was wild, man. That was wild. Cuckoo, cuckoo. 153 passer rating, says Cool as a Fan. Julie, what up? Hot tea, super important right now. Traveling Pony, dude. What's going on, man? I see that comment. Thank you. Okay, see Bolts how running? Man, Bolts got shocked by lightning, he says. James, I see you. Didn't even feel like Christmas. We're in the 70s down here in the South. Oh, dude. I wore a flannel. We were sitting outside on the porch all day for Christmas. We're live in San Antonio, Texas, bro. This channel is coming at you live from San Antonio, Texas. So if you're in Houston or if you're in the Texas area south of Dallas, I can confirm what South PMC Serpent is saying right now. Yeah, it was like 75 degrees. Yo, Mario, did you ever bust that YouTube imposter? I did. I feel like I may have overreacted a bit on it, getting the stream taken down. I actually probably could have profited from it because the way that works is that if you do copyright stuff, the copyright holder can allow you to keep the video up. They would just pocket everything. And that's probably the route that I should have gone about it, but I don't know. Anyways, doesn't matter. Oh, yeah, man, let's go. Oh, yeah, -10, says Nanette Jackson. Oof, Nanette Jackson saying that it's -10. That's brutal. All right, guys, commercial break is over after the touchdown. Here is the kickoff, and we do not get a return this time. The Los Angeles Chargers will let that be a touchback, and we will start this drive on the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 coming up here. Justin Herbert takes the field. Omarion Hampton is healthy again, so that's good news. Pick 6 incoming, says Frank Z. Let's see. I wonder, is this going to be a good game, or are we going to see more of this and it's going to be a one-sided contest? Well, I don't know the answer to that, but one thing is for sure, we're about to find out. So with 13 minutes and 20 seconds on the board, we've got ourselves a pistol formation. Omarion Hampton gets the carry from the 35-yard line. Not much there. He'll pick up 2 yards on 1st and 10. It brings up a 2nd down and 8. And the football moves out from the 35 to the 37. 2nd down and 8 at the LA Chargers 37. We'll start this clock one more time as it is now ticking. Eric Dexter saying this is going to be a blowout. 18 degrees with 1.5 inches of snow in New York. I love a white Christmas, man, but I also Well, it doesn't matter. Here's the snap. Here's the handoff to Omarion Hampton once again. From the 37, he brings this out to the 40. It's a 3-yard gain on 2nd down and 8. It brings up a 3rd down and 5. We're looking at a 3rd down now. And the Houston Texans, one of the best teams in the NFL on 3rd downs. Let's see if the Chargers have any success here. Walter Payton Man of the Year looks like I don't know how Azeez Al-Shaair got put on that list. Motion from Keenan Allen as he goes to the bottom of the screen in the slot. 40-yard line. From the left hash, Justin Herbert takes the snap and a 4-man rush comes in. Herbert's under pressure. Herbert gets wrapped up and he's dropped by Danielle Hunter. Down goes Herbert. 3rd down becomes 4th down. A 9-yard bag. Houston Texans getting after the quarterback. That's what we expected. It brings up a 4th down and 14, and the Chargers are going to punt. The Chargers are going to punt. The record suggests it should be equally matched. My prediction of 16-10 still stands until proven wrong, says the life sentence. Punt team is out for the LA Chargers. The snap, the hold, the boot. Looks like it's a good snap and a good punt. Oh, was that signaled a fair catch? Did that go out of bounds? A hat from one of the officials came flipping off. Let's find out what it is. So I don't know if he was signaling a fair catch or if he got hit on this one. Jalen Noel did not signal a fair catch. He got hit. It's Houston Texans football. So after all of that is said and done, let's stop the clock. It's been a while, guys. It's been a while. It's like riding a bike, you know. We're right back into it, but let's just talk about what we just saw. The clock has stopped. We are back to a commercial break. The Houston Texans just got the football back. Chargers 3 and out. Huge sack already for Danielle Hunter. As a matter of fact, I'm going to mark them off on my own and see if I can't keep track of the bags today. Not one flag in today's contest yet. Not one flag in today's contest yet. Let me find Danielle Hunter here, number 55. That's 1 for the man out of LSU. That's 1 for Danielle Hunter. Tomorrow, what's going on? Hope your mine was pretty dang good. It was good. I was in the spirit of giving, man. I totally went ham slam bananas. Tamara saying, oh, new tie? No, this is actually an old tie. Last year, I wore this tie for I got this tie last season for the NBA season. J-Dog saying, football Saturday. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Add to a reminder that the Houston Rockets going to make the playoffs. Hey, Alexa. Joseph lost his mind. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding, bro. I do think the Houston Texans, the Houston Rockets are going to make the playoffs. I mean, they made the playoffs last year, but they ain't my San Antonio Spurs, dude. They ain't my San Antonio Spurs, who's just knocked off OKC not once, not twice, but thrice in the past 2 weeks, which go Spurs go. Okay. Commercial break is just about over, folks. We're going to get back to the action here. Damn your Spurs, says Eric Dexter. I know, dude. How about them Spurs? Spurs go 3-0 on OKC. Let's see. Can you please shout out Brazy, who's listening from Auburn Correctional? Brazy, what's going on? Thanks for checking in. I hope checking in from Auburn Correctional. I appreciate you watching this live stream. And I don't know if you're one of the guards or if you're on the other side of the bars, but either way, I hope that all of it works out for you in the end. Whatever it is, I'm sure you'll be on the other side of this one soon enough. Thank you. I appreciate you giving us some of your time today. All right, guys. Chargers score on defense. No penalty? Question mark? Nah, nothing yet, guys. Okay, hang on a second. I think Justin Herbert might have gotten hurt on that last play, but the Texans have the football. We're back from commercial break. The football went out of bounds at the 28-yard line, so it's a 1st and 10. The catch is thrown to Hutchinson, and Jaden Higgins, and Higgins going to make the grab. It does bring up another 1st down and moves the football to the Houston 41. 1st and 10 from the Houston 28. A quick throw to Higgins for 13 yards. Brought down by Derwin James at the 41-yard line. First down, Houston Texans. First down, Houston Texans. We line up at the 41-yard line. Dalton Schultz to the bottom of the screen. Under center, C.J. Stroud in a single back formation. Moves Schultz here to be eye candy. He'll turn around and hand this off to Woody Marks, who fights his way forward. Gets some solid push here. And I think this is going to go down as maybe a 5-yard pickup. That is going to be a 5-yard pickup from Woody Marks. Well done. So Woody Marks picks up 5 on the play. He's brought down by Delshon Phillips, the 6-year veteran. It brings up a second down and 5. From the 41, a 5-yard gain moves him out to the 46. Second down and 5. We start the clock. Second down and 5. C.J. Stroud and the Houston Texans at the 41-yard line. Motion on the field. This time it's Xavier Hutchinson who's the motion man. He gets the target. He turns around, flips the hips, gets pushed out of bounds by Derwin James. Picks up enough for a first down. First down, Houston Texans. Another one, and that puts them in LA Chargers territory. This offense looking very good today, if I'm being honest. Houston Texans just 2 drives, and they're approaching scoring position. First and 10 comes up. First and 10 with 9:35 on the clock. C.J. Stroud breaks the huddle. Break! Nick Chubb is in on this play. I've got 2 receivers at the bottom. Here's the snap and a little play action. Chubb is there to block. Stroud going to take a hit. He airs it out to the end zone. It's caught again. Jalen Noel, touchdown Houston. Wow. Oh my goodness. What a play. C.J. Stroud airing it out today. We're in the first quarter. He's 100% completion. 142 passing yards, 2 passing touchdowns, and 17 fantasy points in the first. Nico Collins, that is so funny. Nico Collins stopped, and he saw it happening. He literally looks at him from 30 yards out, just staring at it, goes, without even moving. Houston Texans take an early 14-0 lead as the extra point attempt is knocked through. 9:17 left to go in the first quarter of this game, and the Chargers getting beat up something fierce here, huh? Chargers need to snap out of it. Stroud rocking the crazy quarterback rating here, says Temple of Brutus. It's Texans to the bowl. I'm calling it, says Chaser. Danny Williams, Lance, I see both of you guys. Texans are going to win, says Amina. Well, ESPN and others says, 86-62. That's a trip, says Cool as a Fan. What is wrong with the Chargers? Texans are winning by more than 1 point. Well, it definitely got pretty wild here pretty quickly. Let's do a quick head-to-head comparison because we didn't do that during our pregame breakdown. So C.J. Stroud and Justin Herbert, 2 different stories here. If we actually look at the numbers, you got to take into consideration the fact that C.J. Stroud did not play all of the games this season. He's played 12 games this season. Meanwhile, Justin Herbert has been playing through a fracture in that left hand, non-throwing hand, but he has played 15 games this season. Total passing yards, Justin Herbert almost 1,000 more than C.J. Stroud. Rushing yards more than doubled than C.J. Stroud. Total touchdowns, 27-16. Looks like it's now 27-18. Herbert with more interceptions. Herbert does have a slightly higher completion percentage, but he has been running for his life behind this offensive line, and he's already been sacked today by Danielle Hunter. 49 could definitely be going up. I don't know if the Chargers have I don't know if the Chargers can fight off the Texans defense long enough to buy Justin Herbert the time he needs to make something happen. So far this season, you could argue that Justin Herbert's the better quarterback. But the records are so close that it's hard to tell. And these defenses, bro, these defenses are insane. Both of them extremely good. Both top 3 defenses, but every single statistical category for the Houston Texans inside the top 6 Meanwhile, the Chargers have a couple of areas. They are inside the top 10 for all of them, but they give up what? What is that? It's so minimal, dude. It really I'm really not even tripping on it. They are tied in sacks. Just a couple more turnovers forced, literally less than 10 yards rushing allowed of a difference and 1 yard rushing difference or receiving yard difference. These two teams should be evenly matched from a defensive standpoint. It really is going to come down to that offensive line. And I really got to start turning that off because I'm blowing my eardrums out. Okay, commercial break is over, guys. Commercial break is over. Let's get back to it. Chargers return the 10, the 15, the 20, the 25, down at the 25-yard line here. Call it the 26. They'll be generous. And the LA Chargers have possession. Chargers wanted to play on Sunday. They didn't want to play today. Texans defense is historical, he says. If Chargers lose to Broncos, win the West. If Chargers lose, the Broncos win the West, I think is what Brian's trying to say here. Still lots of time. There is, Frank. Let's not overreact, right? Let's not overreact here. Quick, sell. Sell. Okay, guys, a little over 9 minutes left to go here as we start this second drive for Los Angeles. That's a run to the right-hand side, and Omarion Hampton takes it from the 26 to the LA 30. That's a 4-yard gain. It brings up a 2nd down and 6, and we will start this clock. So a 4-yard pickup for Omarion Hampton. That's his, 3rd carry of the day already? 3 carries, just 9 yards. Not exactly what you want out of your quarterback. Justin Herbert, 0 targets, 0 throws. Hasn't had a chance to throw the football once. He has already been sacked. Justin Herbert going to have to find a way to sling this thing. Lining up on the 30-yard line. It is a shotgun formation. The Chargers with the football will hand this off to Hampton again, keeping it on the ground. That will be a split tackle here. Danielle Hunter getting a piece of that. This will bring up a 3rd down, a 3-yard gain on 2nd down and 6 will bring up a 3rd down and 3. 3rd down and 3. Football at the LA Chargers 33. Are the Chargers going to face another 3 and out? Or are the Chargers going to figure this thing out? They're focusing on Matt Burke there, the defensive coordinator of this Houston Texans defense. Looking for a 1st down now. Motion on the field here. We do have a little bit of motion waiting for the snap in the shotgun formation from the 32-yard line, 33-yard line. It's a toss forward. That's going to be good for a 1st down. That is Trey Harris who makes the catch. Brought down by Jalen Petrie after a gain of 8 on 3rd down and 3. The result of the play is the Los Angeles Chargers 1st down. 1st down, Los Angeles. Justin Herbert, easy motion to the left-hand side. Trey Harris there, step for step with him. No way they weren't going to convert on that play. So no 3 and out on this drive. Houston gave up its first down of the game midway through the 1st quarter. Single back formation, 41-yard line. A snap and a handoff to Omarion Hampton. Goes forward, churning the legs. Picks up about 5 yards on this one. Nothing easy about that carry. Brought down eventually by Azeez Al-Shaair after a 5-yard pickup. They're showing Rashawn Slater. They're talking about Joe Alt right now. They're talking about Justin Herbert being sacked 49 times this season, the 3rd most in the NFL. All things we talked about during the pregame. 6:40 left to go. We are in a shotgun once again. Trips to the right-hand side. Motion as Herbert sends the fullback over to block. It'll be a snap and a handoff to Hampton. He gets back to the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 5. No gain there. Great job by Henry To'oto'o. Great job by Henry To'oto'o. To'oto'o. What a name. Northside Houston tapping in. What up, Northside Houston? I couldn't believe it when I heard that the Vikings didn't allow a passing touchdown in 7 straight games, says Blue Line. Where are all my Texans at, says Frankie. Well, right now, the Texans defense has their hands full. A 3rd down and 5 coming up from the 45-yard line. Herbert takes the snap on 3rd down. Herbert feels the pressure. He is bagged again. Sheldon Rankins and Will Anderson Jr. get in to make the play. That's a loss of 6. And the drive will stop here. 4th down and 11 now for the LA Chargers. That is sack 51. That is sack 51. Will Anderson getting a bag right now. Split that one with Sheldon Rankins. Let me make sure I put that split there. Okay, guys, that's 2 sacks today. 2 drives, 2 sacks here for the Houston Texans. They're going to be doing this all day, it feels like. Here's the punt. The Texans do return. Bring it out to about the 21-yard line. 1st and 10 coming up for Houston. Okay, this is over, says Cash Mays. Maybe not, man. Maybe not. Shout out Texans, says James. Amina saying me too. Go Texans, says MXJ. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going back to another commercial break. You got a bet on Texans sacks? No, I don't. I'm just keeping track of it right now. Let's see. Go Houston. Get the West for the Broncos. All right, guys. When I did the pregame, we had less than 1,000 people watching. Let's bring up the playoff picture once again. When we did the pregame, we had less than 1,000 people watching. So let's talk about this postseason matchup here one more time and what's on the table now. So, Broncos currently sitting at the top of the AFC. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 teams with 11 or more wins. The Bills also with 11 wins right now, but they are lower ranked right now, which is why when we brought up the draft order, you didn't see the Broncos, the Patriots, the Jaguars, or the Chargers. It's also the same reason why you didn't see the Seahawks, the Bears, the Eagles, and the 49ers. Actually, I think the Eagles were there. I think it was Seahawks, Bears, 49ers, and Rams that you didn't see on the other graphic. That being said, Houston wins this game today, and the Indianapolis Colts are officially no longer a threat. So the Houston Texans know that if they win this game, it's win and get in to the postseason for Houston. This eliminates the Colts from the AFC South contention. So eliminates them from the AFC South contention, which means they are done. Let's see. That does not, however, eliminate the Baltimore Ravens. Ravens got to go turn around and handle business on their own tonight against the Green Bay Packers. Let's see. Win and get in. That's it. That's it. Win and get it. That's it. You already know, man. Justin Herbert's a good quarterback, just needs to be protected. That is facts. Justin Herbert is an amazing quarterback. Justin Herbert has the most single-season passing yards in LA Chargers history. Yes, even more than Phillip Rivers. And I firmly believe that what you're saying here, David Bacco, is true. Problem is that they have not been able to protect him because of the absence of Rashawn Slater and because there is no Joe Alt. You're missing 2 starters on the offensive line. But also, this reminds me of last season in the wild card where the Houston Texans beat the LA Chargers 32-12. That entire season, it's crazy because that entire season, Justin Herbert threw 3 interceptions. In that game, he threw 3 interceptions to the Houston Texans. Anyways, commercial break is over. Thank you for waiting with me during that commercial break. In a shotgun formation from the 21-yard line, the Texans take over. 5 minutes left to go. A look to the left, a throw to the left. The catch is made on the left-hand side. Jalen Noel will pick up 4 yards. It brings up a 2nd down and 6. Brought down there by Jefferson of the Chargers. Tony Jefferson, the safety out of Oklahoma, an 11-year veteran of the NFL. We'll see what kind of game he has here today. Going to need to be better than that, though. 2nd down and 6 does keep Houston on track here. Oh, he threw 4 interceptions in that. Thank you, Eric Parker. I appreciate that. I do. Fact-checking is important. Single back formation. The snap. The handoff to the left-hand side on 2nd down and 6. He will pick up 2? Question mark. 3rd down and 4. 3rd down and 4. The football at the Houston 27-yard line on this 3rd down. Maybe the Houston Texans are looking at a possible 3 and out. Did the Chargers defense finally wake up? Is it too little too late? Nah. We got plenty of time in this game. We got plenty of time in this game, and the LA Chargers don't want to be haunted by the memory of last year's wild card round. So here we are. CJ Stroud steps up to the line, calls a quick audible, steps back again in a shotgun formation. Motion on the field from Christian Kirk, dropping back, looking that way, throws to Kirk. The catch is made. Kirk converts on 3rd down and 4. It's a 5-yard gain. That's good for a Houston Texans first down. And the Texans will convert the 3rd down and 4. Catch is made on the right-hand side by Christian Kirk. Christian Kirk makes the grab for a 5-yard pickup, moves the football out to the Houston 32. In on that play was Tarheeb Still to make the play defensively, the rookie out of Oregon. At the 32-yard line, motion from Dalton Schultz as he goes to the bottom of the screen. Strong side on the left side, single back formation. They go weak here. Hands off to the right side. They run to the weak side. They pick up a yard. It's a 2nd down and 9. 2nd down and 9 with 2 minutes and 50 seconds here left to go. What's up, guys? Happy Saturday. I hope you guys are enjoying yourselves today. Sitting back, kicking up your feet, drinking your tea, your coffee, your whiskey, your beer, whatever it is. Thank you guys for hanging out with me and giving me some of your time today on this Saturday. I've got 2 minutes and 30 seconds on the board. A shotgun formation from the right hash. Stroud takes the snap and the 4-man rush comes in, looks to the left, throws this thing away. It does kill the clock and brings up a 3rd down and 9. So 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Incomplete pass stops the clock. Houston at their own 33. Apache saying that the Jags are going to the Super Bowl. Nice fan base. The stadium is half full. Oh, that's brutal, Nikki. That's brutal. 4th one says TJC. Okay, well, I got a 3rd down and 9 coming up right now. What up? I saw Country checking in. Nico can start playing, she says. Play clock down to 3. We're lined up at the 33-yard line. Stroud pump fakes to the left, pump fakes to the right. Pressure coming in. Gotta get rid of this thing. That should be an intentional grounding. No, there was a man in that area. The pass incomplete as C.J. Stroud was trying to find Nick Chubb on the play, but it's not going to connect with him. It brings up a 4th down and 9. The football remains at the Houston 33. And the LA Chargers get the football back. Chargers about to receive the punt here. Val gifting out a Football Nation member, or actually a $2 super chat. Thank you, Val. Thank you for that. She says thanks. No, thank you, Val. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. The snap. The punt. Up, and away. This one going to be returned from, looks like the 11. Cuts back, gets all the way to the 19, so I guess just an 8-yard return here. 8-yard return brings up a 1st and 10. The Chargers have the football with 2:04 left to go here at SoFi Stadium. We cut back to another commercial break. Couch surfing and hanging out with Football Nation, says Kurt. Looks like Virtuous Exile saying, to be fair, if you're in Los Angeles, who would you want to root for? The Rams or the Chargers who charger every year? Fair enough. Broncos, Eagles. All right, guys, talk to me. What do you think is going to actually be the Super Bowl matchup here? Search your hearts, guys. Don't just pick your favorite teams. I am genuinely curious as to who you think will make the Super Bowl in the 2025-2026 year. Is it going to be a matchup between the Patriots and the Bears? Are we going to see the Jaguars and the Panthers in the Super Bowl? Talk about a cat. That would be the weirdest Super Bowl ever. Are the Bills finally going to get over the hump now that the Bill Slayers, a.k.a. the Kansas City Chiefs, are not there? That's possible, too. I don't know. I see Rams versus Bills, says Kyler. Looks like Broncos, Rams, says Scott. Grant saying Jags. Oh, it just slipped past my eyes here. Let's see. Seahawks versus Pats, says My Cave. That's possible, too. Packers, Steelers, man. What year is this? Packers, Steelers, what are we talking about here? Texans versus Rams, says Jesus. Man, you guys definitely understood that assignment. We've got about 2 minutes left to go here in the first quarter, guys. 2:04 to be exact. The LA Chargers just took over. The Houston Texans had to punt this one away to the Los Angeles Chargers. When we get back from the commercial break, 1st and 10 at the 18. Ravens and Seahawks, says Jordan. Well, Jordan, it's not entirely in the hands of the Baltimore Ravens. I do believe that if the Steelers win one more game, it's over. Steelers have a matchup this week against the Browns. This is literally the team that the Steelers have beaten the most in their entire franchise's history, and if the Steelers win this game, they will clinch. But you know what is official for Steelers fans? Not for Ravens fans. Sorry, Jordan. But in the last 20 years, the Steelers still have a winning record. What? Fact. Okay, guys, back from the commercial break. Thank you for the super chat there, dude. Lined up at the 18-yard line, Chargers have the football, a snap, and a little play action here. Herbert surveys, he checks it down. Hampton in open space on the left-hand side will pick up about 5 yards on this one. Call it a gain of 6, 2nd down and 4, and we start the clock. Lackland Air Force Base, 1980. That's a man who knows the city of San Antonio. If you were in the Air Force, you've been to San Antonio probably. Pretty sure that that's where basic is for everyone Air Force, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, 2nd down and 5 on my TV screen. I'm going to go with that. 2nd down and 5. We've got ourselves a single back. Here's the snap. Here's the handoff out to the right-hand side. Omarion Hampton picks up 1. It brings up a 3rd down and 4. 3rd down and 4 with 1:15. 3rd down and 4 with 1:15. I just like the Oh, Apache. Oh, Apache. Shout out to your boy Darby. What's going on, Doug? Thanks for checking in, man. Thanks for checking in, Doug. All right, folks. Pretty big defensive game right now. We're looking at another 3rd down already. 3rd down and 4 coming at you from the 24-yard line. This happened really quickly. Looking to the left, throwing to the left off the gloves of number 13, Keenan Allen. Jalen Petrie of the Houston Texans defense was in there step for step. Here's the replay. I think that was just a dropped pass. Herbert had to thread the needle here. Yeah, that's a drop. That was not Jalen Petrie's doing. That was Keenan Allen who couldn't get his hands around that football. The incomplete pass stops the clock with 36 seconds. Excuse me, with 43 seconds. We're going to see a punt. We are going to see a punt with 43 seconds here left to go. So the Chargers line up to boot this thing. 3 drives for the Chargers, 3 punts for the Chargers. It's punt practice today. It's a Saturday showdown, and the fair catch was signaled by Jalen Noel. He's down at the 27-yard line. There is a flag. It's going to be kick-catch interference. Noel signaled the fair catch. There was contact here. So let's find out what they say. They're going to say kick-catch interference. First flag of the day, guys. Flag number 1. Okay. Why must the Chargers take the L when I bet on them, says Ewoks Dubstep. Oh. Ooh. That's not what I was seeing. That's not what I saw. So the flag comes in. The Texans thought they were about to get a break here, as did I. The official drops the flag and calls it a holding against the return team, which is the Houston Texans. And that's going to end up being a 10-yard penalty against the return team. So instead of going towards midfield, they go the opposite way. Holding against the Houston Texans means we start this drive on the 17. 1st and 10 on the 17-yard line. Houston Texans with the football. Shotgun formation. Stroud hands to the head. Puts them right back down. Stroud takes it, tosses to the right. Woody Marks finds some spacing here. He picks up 3 yards down at the 20. It brings up a 2nd down and 7. And this should take us to the end of the quarter here. I don't think the Texans are going to line up to get back with it. Juana Love asking who committed the penalty here. Looks like they said that the penalty was committed against the Houston Texans. Looks like they're calling that penalty on Trayman Smith, the corner wearing number 11. So that's who the penalty was on right there for that last play. Okay, guys, 2nd down and 7. This will be the end of the first quarter. There we go. And we go on to the second quarter, 15 minutes on the clock. When we get back, it's 2nd down and 7 at the Houston 20. All right, guys. So Did anybody get anything good for Christmas? Let's talk about it. Heyo, FDJC engine number 2. Continuing to bless this channel. Ooh, I'm just realizing right now that Mario made a promise he did not keep. Mario still has to do his $300 donation that he promised. Thank you for that super chat right there, FDJC engine. Thank you for that, man. Skateboard says the one McNugget. Like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater? Because I'm about that life. I got crazy. Doug, anytime. Too much to list, says Steve. Oh, you got a skateboard. Socks, okay. Socks count. Dude, honestly, that's such an underrated present. A skateboard is like, if you are between the ages of 5 and like 21, a skateboard is so dope. Like, I love that, dude. That's awesome. Let's see. I got crazy for Christmas. You're not the only one, dude. You're not the only one. Dallas Cowboys stuff, cool. I got a dope hat, says Wamba Brown. Game feels more rigged when you're losing because of psychological factors like confirmation bias, noticing more bad outcomes, frustrations, and algorithmic systems designed to keep you playing. Dang, Rake Flyer. Dropping truth bombs on people. Dropping truth bombs that people don't necessarily want to hear. But I agree with you, Rake. Honestly, bro, I agree with you. Is there the possibility of games being rigged? I mean, according to the NBA, we all saw, yeah, 100%. $300 donation? You crazy, bro. No, so here's what happened, Mont. So, I don't know if that's Monty Bob. But someone left a $300 super chat and said, pay this to the charity of your choice. And I said, okay. He wanted me to pay it forward to charity? I will absolutely do that. The only difference between the $300 super chat that he gave me and the donation to charity that I'm going to make is that the giant play button in the sky does take a cut, and I have to factor that into my donation, but I'm still going to make that donation. Magic 8 Ball says, most likely. Telescope for Christmas, an e-bike for Christmas. I got a day of peace and quiet. Let's go. A fishing shirt. That works too. You got silver for Christmas? Like actual silver? James saying, whatever. B. Davis Dual. I got fat for Christmas. Commercial break is over. 2nd down and 7 as we start this second quarter. CJ Stroud under pressure. Going to wind up and throw. It's swatted at the line of scrimmage. Tier Tart gets a paw on this one, swats that thing down. Incomplete pass brings up a 3rd down and 7. Great job by Tier Tart to break that up. Okay, guys. Joseph saying I got nothing. We got a lot of presents for Sammy. Honestly, that's what Christmas is really about, is making sure that the got new gym bag, says Roy Williams. Rock and roll, man. Does it say Football Nation on it? Kidding. 3rd down and 7. 14:55 on the clock. Can they convert this 3rd down? Stroud takes the snap. He looks to the right, and yes, they will convert this 3rd down. Nico Collins checking into the game for the first time. Nico Collins brought down eventually by Marcus Williams, the safety out of Utah, but well done here to convert the 3rd down and long. That means 1st down, Houston Texans. Texans now on the 35-yard line. Yeah! Been to the Houston Stock Show and Rodeo. Got to watch the Zach Brown Band play at NRG Stadium. Here's the snap and a handoff to the left-hand side. Big run to the left-hand side. This time, a different running back. This time, we had Jordan get the carry here. Interesting. So I'm looking down my list here. Yeah, that was Jawar Jordan who got the carry. And apparently Jawar Jordan has packed up Nick Chubb on the depth chart. Here's the snap. This is a 2nd down and 2 after an 8-yard gain. My apologies, guys. I was so bent on actually calling the name. 2nd down and 2. It's a handoff to the left-hand side, and Xavier Hutchinson gets the end around. He picks up 8 yards on 2nd down and 2 from the Houston Texans 43, moves it from the Houston 43 to the LA 49. The result of the play on 2nd down and 2 is another Houston Texans first down. First down, Houston. 1st and 10 inside of the LA Chargers half of the field. We line up on the 49. Under center, C.J. Stroud in a single back from the left hash will hand this off. And up the middle, it'll be a 1-yard gain. Looks like Jawar Jordan gets another carry this time. Make sure I write this one in. Okay, so Jawar Jordan, 2nd down and 9 coming up after the 1-yard pickup. Not much there. Good stop by the LA Chargers. Phillips and Agbonia made the tackle on that play, split tackle. Football out to the LA Chargers 48-yard line, and the Houston Texans looking to get some points on this drive as well. Motion from Dalton Schultz at the bottom of the screen. Stroud is going to look that way. Schultz will break a tackle as he spins away from the challenge. He'll be brought down by Still eventually. And there's going to be a flag that comes in. This might be after the play, so hold the phone. Got a 3rd down, and a flag comes in. This could be unsportsmanlike conduct or unnecessary roughness against Dalton Schultz. Let's find out what it is. 12:15. Let's hear this. Let's hear what they got to say. Uh-oh. Shaking their head. He's saying, "Get off me." Schultz having a conversation with Stroud right now. My guess is this is after the play. We're waiting for the white hat. Please stand by. Yes. Okay, so after the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 86 on the offense. Ladies and gentlemen, that'll be a 15-yard penalty enforced at the LA Chargers 41-yard line. If anything, unnecessary roughness or unsportsmanlike conduct should have actually happened against Tier Tart. Because Tart, oh, come on. Good job, Schultz. You stand up for yourself. Schultz was on his butt, and Tier Tart went up to him and gave him one of those to the back of his head, so he got up and pushed him back, man. Yeah, get out of my face with that. Here's a screenplay. This one not going to go very far. 3rd down and 17. Woody Marks going to pick up a couple here. So 3rd down and 17 brings up a 4th down and 13 after the 4-yard gain. Yeah, you're gonna hip pump me on the back of the head, dude. You're gonna have a problem here. What'd you expect was gonna happen? And then, of course, as soon as Tier Tart gets pushed, he's like, ugh, and throws himself down. It's okay. It's all a game. It's all a game. So it looks like the Houston Texans on 4th down and 13 are going to have to punt this football away from their own 48-yard line. Here's the snap, and here is the punt. Can the Chargers get on the board in this half? Signaled a fair catch inside the 10. That's a dangerous place to be against this Houston Texans defense. When we get back, it'll be a 1st and 10 for the Los Angeles Chargers with 11 minutes left to go in the 2nd quarter. Plenty of time left in this game. Plenty of time left in this game. Okay. Niners gang, bang, bang. Hey, we got some Niners fans in the house and a couple of Niners haters, which is expected from time to time as well. I'm also a Cowboys fan, so he says 40 whiners. I'll allow it. We're good. Run Blitz says, I'm not here to argue facts. What are you here for? I like the name, by the way. I do like the name. What is up, Arian Robbie in the house? Cheers to you, man. San Diego is a trophyless franchise. Yeah. Niners Nation, Niners Super Bowl, and Niners Stadium. Does anyone else hate when TV analysts get their narrative to lose games to get higher draft picks? It's BS. Wait. I'm going to read this really quick here, David, because I think you are standing on something important here. He says, does anyone else hate when TV analysts push the narrative to lose games to get higher draft picks? It's BS. I pay how much for NFL tickets, and you're telling me my team Are you telling my team to lose on purpose? I hate that, says David. You know, man, David, first of all, an amazing comment. Thank you for that one. But guys, look, first of all, I don't know David. I don't know David very well. I don't know David really here. But he brings up a good point, dude. He brings up a good point, saying that we're going to lose this game on purpose because we need that #1 overall draft pick. If you're showing up to a game to watch your team play, you don't want your team to lose. But at the same time, it makes sense. It's still a strategy. I still think that it's a strategy. And I think it's a good strategy. Now, I can understand the frustrations when players get benched and they say, oh, no, we're actually just going to bench you, like the Las Vegas Raiders and Max Crosby trying to hit his bonus numbers. They're like, no, we can't afford to win any games because we need to make sure that we get the #1 pick over the New York Giants. Dude, if you've got #1 or #2, I'm sure you'll be fine. I mean, look at what happened. Caleb Williams last season as the #1 overall pick, it wasn't the answer that they were looking for. So it's going to take more than one draft pick, but I understand entirely your frustration there, sir. All right, guys, 1st and 10 as we come back from this commercial break. Here's the snap and a handoff to the left-hand side. From about the 8-yard line inside the 10, no gain on the play. Maybe a 1-yard pickup for Omarion Hampton. It brings up a 2nd down. And Azeez Al-Shaair is down. I saw his left leg get twisted pretty bad here. This could be our first injury of the game. So they are signaling over to the sideline. We could be cutting back to a commercial break quickly here, guys. Hang tight. We'll see what happens. Omarion Hampton just carrying the football. Azeez Al-Shaair went down, and they are cutting to an injury timeout. Timeout has been called by the officials. It is an injury timeout. We are going to take another break. Going to read some of these comments. Where's Bad Bunny? Hey. Titi me preguntó si tengo mucha novia. Hey. Mucha novia. Hoy tengo a una, mañana otra. Hey. Pero no hay boda. Do you think Lamar will get traded, says Ty Love. I don't know, man. I don't know if he's going to get traded. It's weird to think. Duval versus all y'all, says Apache. Get him some milk. Get that boy some milk, says Adam. That boy needs some milk. Oh, man. Let's see. Let's LA Chargers kick your heels up and shout. Is that what they need to do? Hey, Notify. What up, dude? What up, Notify? Looks like a couple new names in the chat here as well. Janet saying, okay then. LOL. Sorry, guys. Just wish they had an NHL-type draft lottery. Or like the NBA-type lottery. Zach saying Duval County owns both of y'all. 7 to 8 quarters versus the Texans. All right, I like it. I like it. See, this is the kind of fair ribbing that is appropriate because you got receipts to back this up. And if you tick off the Texans fans, well, you can at least stand on your business there, Zach. Because, again, you got your receipts, bro. That's the kind of challenging one another I love. Courtney, please reminding everyone right now to make sure that we are keeping things PG-13 on this channel. We do have some young folks in here, and we do have some other folks who also deserve some respect out there. So you guys know me. You guys know this channel, man. We try to keep things clean. And I appreciate you guys hanging out with us, even though sometimes frustrations can be high. Looks like Azeez Al-Shaair is up. We're coming back from this commercial break. And Al-Shaair looks like it's a head injury, not a leg injury. It looks like it might be a neck, head, shoulder kind of injury. He got contact here, and it was friendly fire on the defense from the Houston Texans. Anyways, commercial break is over. I'm stepping away from the chat. I've got a 2nd down and 9 as we get back from the injury timeout. Here is the snap, and a 4-man rush comes in. Herbert tries to thread the needle. This time it's going to be broken up by Jalen Petrie. Quentin Johnston was the target on 2nd down and 9. The pass is incomplete, and it brings up a 3rd down and 9. 3rd down and 9. Jalen Petrie. That will go down as a broken up pass for him. That is a pass breakup for Petrie. And they needed that because Quentin Johnson was on the other side of the down markers. That would have been a first down. LA Chargers looking to avoid yet another 3-and-out today. It's been punt practice all day. The Chargers have converted just 1 of 4 third downs today. A 4-man rush comes in. Herbert surveys. He runs out of time. He'll wind up and throw. Catch is going to be made, but it's not going to be enough. Looks like Oronde Gadsden going to get the grab for 6 yards, and it brings up a 4th down and 3. We will see the punt team one more time here. Chargers going to send this away. Terrible game for the Chargers, bro. Terrible game here for the LA Chargers. Texans need a new commercial with Glad trash bags, says Apache. Okay. I still like the LA Raiders, says Isaac. Okay. Bubba Jax, I did. Thank you, sir. Appreciate the kind wishes. You guys can see at the top here, man, it's a 4th down and 3. Here is the punt. This one going to go barely past the bolt. It's actually not going to go past the bolt. It's signaled a fair catch here at the 46-yard line by Jalen Noel. I'm going to stop the clock with 9:40. There is a flag on this play. Holding on the receiving team once again. This will be a 10-yard penalty, and it's going to be a first down. So holding brings this back. We move from the Houston 46 back to the Houston 36 after that penalty. So holding against the Texans. They're going to get backed up because of it. It'll still be a 1st and 10. Noel rhymes with hole, my man. Jalen Noel. Tomato. Mira, cuando yo hablo en español, para mí eso dice Noel. 1st and 10, motion on the field as he goes to the top of the screen. We wait for the snap. Stroud, hands to the helmet, looks to the left. He takes it. He hands this off, and up the middle goes Woody Marks. Actually, it looks like, yeah, that's Woody Marks. He does pick up 5. We'll start this clock, and it's a 2nd down and 5. And you're very welcome, Jeremy. Cheers to you, man. All right, guys. I'm not sure I'd even call this a game, says Julie. Savage. I am stepping away from the chat, guys. We're going to lock in here on the play calling. The play clock is down to 10. We've got motion on the field. This time it's Xavier Hutchinson towards the top, dropping back. Stroud looks to the left, looks to the right, starts to run out of time and has to throw this away. Don't know who was in the area. I guess they're going to say that Hutchinson was in the area. Either way, the pass is incomplete. It stops the clock with 8:54. It is a 3rd down and 5 at the Houston Texans 41-yard line. And if you ever need to know where the football is, you can use the drive charts down below. In the huddle, the Houston Texans looking to avoid a 3-and-out on their side of things. C.J. Stroud. Looks like he is by himself here. It's actually a shotgun. Here's the snap out of the shotgun. Looking left, throwing left. It's intercepted. Coming back down at the 42-yard line. Call it the 37-yard line. My apologies. It's intercepted. Welcome back to Derwin James. Derwin James Jr. drops down and picks off that pass from C.J. Stroud. This is going the other way. It is Chargers football. I didn't even move the possession needle. I guess it just stays where it is. Chargers have possession now. Intercepted. Nobody near that. Don't know what that throw was. Was that tipped? Derwin James Jr. Hand in the air. Oh, yeah, that's tipped. That's tipped. Wow. Wow. Tipped by Deshaun Hand, who gets a hand on it. It's 1st and 10 for the LA Chargers inside of Houston Texans territory, 37-yard line. And here's a handoff. Omarion Hampton will find a couple of yards on the right-hand side. This should bring up a 2nd down and 7 here. We'll start the clock. Well done by the LA Chargers defense to finally break this off and come up with a big play. My TV says 2nd down and 7. Excuse me, 2nd down and 6. We're going to go with that. Football to the Houston 32. Looks like Azeez Al-Shaair is returning into this game right now for the defense of the Houston Texans. Motion on the field from Keenan Allen as he goes to the bottom of the screen. Jalen Petrie in off the safety blitz. This time it's going to be caught either way. Omarion Hampton on the run. Hampton inside the 20. And for the first time today, we get a play from inside of the red zone. This takes us inside the red zone. The LA Chargers do pick up a 1st down here. 1st down, Chargers, as they start this next play on the 15-yard line. Okay, guys. We've got the Chargers now. Helmet-to-helmet contact there. Either way, catch was made. It's a 1st down. So 1st and 10 at the Houston 15. Midway through the 2nd quarter. Omarion Hampton with 2 receptions for 23 yards. He's the single back on this play at the 15-yard line. An end around here to the bottom of the screen. This time, looks like Trey Harris is going to take it from the 15 down to the 8. That's going to be a 7-yard gain. And it brings up a 2nd down and 3. All of a sudden, the LA Chargers going to take advantage of the short field here and the defense forcing that turnover. The defense forcing that turnover meant so much for this Chargers team right now. And it looks like an injury. Kamari Lassiter is down, and he is holding that left knee. Not a good sign for the right corner. Not a good sign for that right CB. So the 2nd-year man out of Georgia is currently down. This might take us to another commercial break, guys. Here's the update. I'm going to plug this into the chat. So you guys know what's going on here. We did have an injury on the field. So the clock has stopped with 7:15. Once the injury is cleared, we've got ourselves a 2nd down and 3 at the Houston 8-yard line. They're in the red zone, guys. The Chargers could make this a 1-possession game. And it looks like players are taking a knee. That's never a good sign. Players taking a knee right now on the defensive side of things for the Houston Texans. Again, never a good sign. Wonder if they're going to cut to another break. If he's holding the ankle, then it's a head injury, says Bill. Here's the replay. Oh, Lassiter. No. Oh, I hate watching those, bro. At least it wasn't a snap. But Jalen Petrie, too aggressive. That is friendly fire, and Jalen Petrie takes out Lassiter. Luckily, Lassiter is able to get up and walk off on his own. But that was sketchy. That was sketchy. They have cut to a commercial break. Okay, all right. Commercial break. We can lower down the intensity. Commercial break. Timeout, question mark. What kind of gulag is this, says Sir? Your dreams of South champs ends today, says Zach can't play. Snap, crackle, pop, says Rev Green. What up, dude? Thanks for checking in. Okay, I got an actual question that just popped in right now. Who do you think will win the Super Bowl? All right, Mr. Bramble. Win the Super Bowl this season? I like the Seahawks and I like the Rams. I really like these defensive teams. That's honestly, well, aside from Saquon Barkley last season, really what carried the Eagles to the Super Bowl. I mean, 2 interceptions and a pick 6 from Cooper DeJean was huge. And defensively, I mean, the Seahawks are so good, man. The Seahawks are amazing. The Broncos are amazing. I do believe that these defenses are going to be the teams that get into the Super Bowl. I would not be surprised to see both the number ones make it all the way through. Would not be surprised to see both the number ones make it all the way through. Come on, Keenan Allen. Tusk saying, I like Buffalo. Thank you, Courtney. Appreciate you. Let's see. Believe, says Sage. Believe, says our boy Sage. A-Rod, too old, says Notify. Yeah. And the Jags ain't amazing? No, sorry. They're not. The Jags are good, but the Jags are not amazing. The Jags are not amazing, and I think 90% of this chat will agree with, yes, The Jags are good, but the Jags are not amazing. Also, arguably, they do play in the weakest division in the entire NFL, which is the AFC South. Arguably the weakest division. I think the NFC South is pretty bad too. But I mean, when you're playing against teams in your division like the Tennessee Titans twice a year, or the Indianapolis Colts, that honestly, the way that the Colts are playing, they got here on a fluke. And you have a super soft schedule, you're going to win some games. Honestly, the Patriots have some pretty soft matchups too that help them get to where they're at right now. But all of this is going to come down, and it's all going to come out in the wash. Here's the snap. Here's the handoff on 2nd down and 3 as we come back from the injury timeout. This is going to go backwards. It'll be a tackle for a loss and bring up a 3rd down. Should bring up a 3rd down and like 4-ish. 3rd down and 4 at the Houston 9. The AFC North is the worst division, says David. I mean, yeah, I could see that. I could see them being a tough one. I like Jacksonville. Let's not get it twisted. One of the first games I ever covered on this channel was Chargers-Jaguars wild card round, where Trevor Lawrence became the 2nd quarterback in NFL history during the playoffs to go down with 5 interceptions in the first half and come back to win the game. Here we go. Justin Herbert has the football now. He'll throw this one into the end zone, over the end zone. Incomplete pass, 4th down and 4. Coming up right now in the field goal unit will come out for the LA Chargers. So points, but not enough. Yeah, Trevor Lawrence in that game where he threw 5 interceptions in the first half and then still came back to beat the LA Chargers made me love Trevor Lawrence because of his tenacity. But they lost Travis Hunter. Big deal. I liked Christian Kirk where he was. They don't have him anymore. He's with Houston. Here comes the kick from position number 2. The field goal is up. The field goal is good. And we get points on the board. All right, guys. Points on the board here finally for the LA Chargers. Not exactly what they were hoping for, but it's something. When we get back, we will see the Texans get the football. 9:13 left to go. Is that Dicker the kicker? It sure was Cam Dicker. Cameron Dicker. 27-yard field goal is good for my man on 4th down and 4 from the Houston 9-yard line. Kick is up, kick is good. This year, any team that gets into the playoffs can get to the Super Bowl. The difference between the best teams and the worst teams is not as big as previous years. That's fact, bro. A lot of times people will speak from their emotions, but this sounds like it's coming from logic, because I totally agree with that, dude. 100%. This year, any team that gets into the playoffs has a legitimate chance to make it to the Super Bowl. Has a legitimate chance to make it to the Super Bowl, but Ed Jean, are you sure about that? There's a guy in Chicago who could probably do the same. 6:10 left to go. Ed Jean. I got 6:10 on the clock here, Michael. 6:10, not 9:13. Here's the kickoff. We get a return. The 10, the 15, out to the 20. Past the 20, gets pushed out of bounds there. Looks like the 23-yard line. 1st and 10 coming up for Houston with 6:03 here left to go in the first half. For those of you who are new to the channel, I've got a trivia quiz for you at halftime. Don't go anywhere, because I will be covering halftime, and we're going to have some fun here. I got some fresh new trivia questions and a couple of old ones that some of y'all may have seen in the past. Kamari Lassiter, towel over his head. He's walking into the locker room, so that's not a good sign for Lassiter. Motion on the field here. Hutchinson is the motion man. Here is the snap from the 23-yard line. It's a handoff, and this time looks like it's going to be Jordan who gets the carry again. Jawar Jordan gets the pickup. Poor Nick Chubb, man, washed, bro. And no Joe Mixon. All kinds of nonsense here for the Houston Texans. They shouldn't have to be dealing with that. Okay. Make myself a little bit taller here since I'm in my chair at this moment. And then I'll shrink it down when I get back up on my feet. 5.5 left to go. I'll start my clock. It's a 2nd down and 6. Here's the snap from the 26-yard line. Up the middle he goes, and Joar Jordan will pick up a first down. That's a 10-yard run on 2nd down and 6. The result of the play, first down, Houston Texans. Chargers looking to force another interception to get that football back. Chargers looking to get that football back. And the tackle absolutely had to be made there. It took 4 different Chargers defenders to bring him down. Now he's grabbing his junk. He's on the sideline. You heard that right. Single back formation, trips to the right-hand side. Motion on the field. Here's the snap, and the blitz is coming in. Down he goes. Woody Marks going to lose a couple yards on that play. The blitz dialed up, and it works like a charm. Jefferson makes the tackle here. Well done by Tony Jefferson. This brings up a 2nd down and 12 and backs up Houston to their own 35-yard line. They were on the 37 to start that play. So a loss of 2 here. A loss of 2 on that play. And it brings up a 2nd and long. 4 minutes and 14 seconds. C.J. Stroud in a shotgun formation. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. He looks to the left. He throws to the left. Noel, Tomato makes the catch. It's a gain of actually pretty solid 8-yard pickup here on 2nd down and 12. We'll bring up a 3rd down and 4. So 3rd down and 4. Clock is hot. Can Houston get across midfield? Can Houston pick up the first down? 3rd and 4 from the Houston own 43-yard line. C.J. Stroud on the left hash. Woody Marks about 2 yards to his left. Stroud waits for the snap. They are showing blitz on the Chargers side of the football. Chargers some communication here. A late rush coming in, a drop back and a throw. This pass completely underthrown. No flag on that play. 4th down and 4. C.J. Stroud doesn't believe it, but it's incomplete. This brings up a 4th down, and the Texans going to punt once again. Texans going to punt once again. Okay. So we are approaching that 2-minute warning, guys. We definitely are approaching the 2-minute warning. This game very, very close right now. Benito checks into the chat. Here's the punt. I'll read this in just a second, bud. Signals a fair catch. It's out at the 12-yard line or down at the 12-yard line. 1st and 10 coming up for the Chargers with 3:19. Let's read this comment that checked in saying, Mario, I was naughty this year, so I didn't get my Christmas wish. However, my Cowboys won on Christmas. Guess I'll have to wait for the new year. Go Cowboys. Benito, I know what that's like, dude. I know what that's like. I might as well have gotten a lump of coal in my stocking. Why is that guy's stuff referred to as junk? For me, it's my prized possession. You know, that's true. That's fair. That's fair. If you have your prized possession. But if everybody gets to use it, then it's junk. Here we go, guys. From the 13-yard line, we've got a single back formation here. Motion on the field for the LA Chargers. Dropping backs, a wind-up and a throw to the left-hand side. Looks like Quentin Johnston makes the grab. It's going to be a 16-yard grab from the LA Chargers 13 to the LA 29. Call that a 16-yard pickup. And a Los Angeles Chargers first down. First down for LA. Tomorrow saying, well, you know. Okay, 1st and 10. With less than 3 minutes here left to go. A shotgun formation from the 29-yard line, and we wait for the snap. Herbert, with the play clock winding down, takes it. He tosses this forward and puts his man in a terrible situation. That'll go down as a forward pass for a loss of 5. It brings up a 2nd down and 15. Omarion Hampton was the receiver on that forward pass. And it brings up a 2nd down and 15. So 2nd down and 15. As we approach the 2-minute warning, we don't need one more play before the end or before we hit that 2-minute warning. But we might get one. Motion from Ladd McConkey. McConkey's in the slot. The play clock down to 8. I see another super chat from Slim checking in right now. Slim, we go to the 2-minute warning. All right, guys. Thank you. Merry Christmas to you as well, Slim. Thanks for checking in, big dog. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, Slim. No funny names today? No Christmas names today? Surprised about that. Slim Faley always has some good name. He's always got some funny name. He says, shout out to my uncle. Shout out to my cousin. Shout out to so-and-so. All right, guys, commercial break. 2-minute warning. Let's chat. All right, guys, let's find out who's new. If you are new, first-time watcher, drop 5 emojis. First-time watcher, drop 5 emojis. Here are my 5 emojis. Here are my 5 emojis. We're looking for newbies, guys. Please, don't be shy. Don't be scared. I'm excited to talk and meet the new people out on Football Nation as we inch our way closer to the 100,000 mark. Emmanuel, what's going on? Matt checking in. Notify. Nice try. We got OTG in the house. Zach Owens. What up, Zach? Thanks for checking in, man. Otaxis says hello. I love the Cowboys, says Squeegee. Texans for real, great defense. They are, Randy. They really are. I got Hobart saying I am new. Mason is new. James. I swear I've seen your name in here before, James. Am I not? Is that not true? Maybe not. Zach, what's going on? Someone's saying I'm old as dirt. That's Robert Zamora. Robert, probably the original. You can literally see our friend Robert Zamora wearing his Football Nation swag right now. He's got the shirt and the hat on. Robert, I love you, dude. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much for being here. Curtis, I see you with the Zappers. I got Mikey for the first time. Gamer for the first time. On my best behavior for the holidays, says Slim. Okay, man, that plays. That's fair. That's fair. I love it. Thanks, dude. Thanks for checking back in. CL Silverback, what's up, dude? I got Scrub Ashton. Hello. Hello, hello. Javier, thank you, man. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. We've got Mella. Mella checking in. Hello. 18 Nick. Hello. Cool as a fan saying hello to the newbies. Todd Tier, nice try. Dan saying, I'm old and used. Nah, man. You're not old and used. You're just experienced. You're experienced and seasoned. You're the veteran on the channel, man. We need veterans. You can't have all rookies on the squad, bro. You got to have a veteran or two who knows how to lead the team. You're one of them. Shout out to Juan. Shout out to Zachary. Shout out to Scrub and Joseph and Eric and Randy and Franco and John and Os. Is that Okish? I'm sorry, man. I totally butchered this one. Commercial break is over. Let's get back to the action here, guys. If I didn't get a chance to give you a shout-out, I do apologize. Thank y'all so much for being here with us. 2nd down and 15. The LA Chargers on their own side of midfield from their own 24. Herbert takes the carry and takes it from, whoa. Henry To'o made a tackle inbounds. Justin Herbert became the runner. That was not a late hit out of bounds. All of a sudden, everyone there goes to protect their quarterback. He was still in bounds. He was still in bounds. That's what happens when you become a runner. His foot was clearly in bounds. Oh, yeah. Down he goes. That's fair. That's a clean hit. No need to get upset about it. Either way, 3rd down and 13. I am stepping away from the chat, folks. I've got a 3rd down and 13 on my clock. Herbert did go out of bounds. It's an empty backfield here from the 26-yard line. A 4-man rush comes in as Herbert takes the snap. He airs this out. Deep shot upfield. It's caught! And Quentin Johnston goes down at the 14-yard line. It's a 60-yard bomb and a 1st down. Los Angeles Chargers. What a play. Justin Herbert knew he was going to have to eat that shot, and he still stood in the pocket and delivered a bomb on that play. Huge catch made upfield by Quentin Johnston. 60-yard grab. It's a 1st and 10 from inside the red zone once again. All right, guys, here we go. Herbert from the 14-yard line looks to the right, winds up and fires. It's tipped in the air. That's intercepted. Oh, my goodness. You've got to be kidding me. Azeez Al-Shaair intercepts Justin Herbert inside of the red zone, and immediately the next play, off the hands of Arande Gadsden, The tip drill, and Al-Shaair is there. Oh, man, that is awful. That is awful, and the Houston Texans also find themselves in a tough spot because now they've got to make this happen from the 1-yard line, but it is Houston Texans football. Yeah, Gadsden knows that was a critical play. That was a critical play. Now Harbaugh's going to have to turn around and tell his team that it's not over. It's not over. Gadsden knows 100% that that was on him. Herbert delivered a dime, and Gadsden couldn't get his hands on it. Herbert's literally on the sideline just shaking his head, knowing that's not my fault. So now we're looking for a safety here if you're the Chargers. A quarterback sneak goes forward, buys them about 2 yards. 2nd down and 8 comes up here with the clock ticking. Chargers will call a timeout. It stops the clock with 1:02. First timeout of the game taken the Los Angeles Chargers. Know that they are going to end up having to kick off to start the second half. Actually, do they get the football to start the second half? I think the Texans got the football for the opening drive, and they scored, yeah. Yeah, because the opening drive was 3 plays, and the Houston Texans scored in 3 plays against the Chargers. So the Chargers will get the football to start the second half. Okay, I'm thinking out loud here in case you couldn't tell. I got a 2nd down and 8, guys. 2nd down and 8. The Los Angeles Chargers back on defense after what was potentially the game-breaker play. 2nd down and 8, single back formation. Well done by the Houston Texans defense, but the Chargers defense is now out there, and the Texans are on offense. 2nd down and 8, a snap and a handoff. Marks off to the left side. Woody Marks on the run. He gets to the 10, the 15, the 20, down at the 23-yard line. 53 seconds here left to go. Timeout going to be called again. Looks like the Chargers still going to use a timeout here. It stops the clock with 52. Big run this time, guys, as Woody Marks takes it from the Houston 3-yard line to the Houston 22. So a 19-yard scramble there by Woody. Running like there was a snake in his boot. So Marks down to the 22-yard line. And my apologies, folks. That timeout was called by the Houston Texans, not the LA Chargers. Chargers have 2 timeouts remaining. Looks like Ed Ingram is down right now for the Houston Texans. He is the starting left guard, or one of the left guards there for this Houston Texans team. Ed Ingram, the right guard, is down right now. And this offensive line is already injured. Oh, that left leg got trapped on the play. Definitely got folded over on it. And this offensive line already dealing with a slew of injuries. An injury to another offensive lineman. The Chargers could attack through those gaps defensively. Again, Ariante Ursary not in there. I have no idea. Honestly, I'll take a look at it. But they're going to a quick commercial break, guys. Injuries. Next week, the Houston Texans have one more matchup. It is against the Indianapolis Colts. It will be Week 18. Don't know what time it's going to be at. That's still TBD. We'll find out after today, or after tomorrow is my guess, what that Week 18 schedule is going to look like. But in Week 18, so Week 18 next week? Yeah, next week is Week 18. So Thursday Night Football won't be Thursday Night Football for NFL. Thursday, all day, college football bowl games, I will be covering those. And it looks like Ingram is up and walking under his own power. But because there was a timeout called for the injury, by rule, he has to sit out at least one play. I'm sure the Houston Texans are just happy to know that he's up and walking right now. Break! They line up. Houston Texans, shotgun formation. I've got 2 receivers and a tight end at the bottom of the screen, 1 receiver at the top, and now Dalton Schultz will shift to the left side. He gets the target here, but that pass going to be incomplete. It brings up a 2nd down and 10 at the Houston 22-yard line. And all of a sudden, I'm just now realizing that I'm super hungry. Don't know why, but it had me to the point where I'm so distracted by it that I felt the need to have to say that out loud. Lakers need to feed LeBron the ball more. possibly, but very different game. Very different sport. 2nd down and 10 from the 22-yard line. Out of the shotgun, the 4-man rush coming in. Stroud will air this out. It's intercepted again. It's picked off. You got to be kidding me. It is picked off this time. Looks like this time it's going to be plucked away by Elijah Molden. And it's LA Chargers football. 1st down, Los Angeles, and they take over at the Houston 32. 1st down, Chargers. CJ Stroud. What a bad throw, dude. Who are you looking for? Christian Kirk was not open. That was a user lurk as Molden came down to pick that off. Oh, yeah, he got both hands under it. That football does not touch the ground. That's a clear interception. Okay. So, that's probably the plan, Space Explorer. He said maybe wifey can make the homemade pizza again. We got a ton of ham, and all we need is pineapple for a really good pizza. Okay, shotgun formation. 1st and 10 coming up here for the LA Chargers. Here's the snap and dropping back. Herbert going to look to the left. He'll wind up and throw. The catch is going to be made on the left-hand side. Quentin Johnston picks up 11 yards, goes out of bounds, and stops the clock, most importantly. So no timeout going to be used here by the Chargers. Well done by the Chargers defense, man. We've seen 3 turnovers in this game already. We've seen 2 sacks, 3 turnovers, both sacks by the Houston Texans. CJ Stroud, his jersey still so fresh and so clean. But the LA Chargers now have 2 interceptions. Defensively, the Houston Texans have 1. Here comes the play on 1st and 10 from the 21. From the 21-yard line, Herbert's in trouble. Herbert's going to get whipped around, and down he goes. Oh, man, the flag came in, though. I wonder if it's going to be a face mask or a horse collar or what. Autry saying, what's the flag? What's the flag? Autry would have been credited for the sack. Here comes the call. He might have screwed something up in the process here. Let's find out what it is. It would be a loss of 15 is what I heard him say. Here comes the white hat. Let's find out what the play is. Personal foul. Tripping on the defense. That's going to be a penalty, and that's going to be an automatic 1st down. Wow. Autry gets hit with the trip. Let's watch it one more time. Autry comes in, tries to wrap him up. Oh, he picked up his foot to trip him down. That's definitely a tripping. That's definitely a tripping. Whoa. So lucky for the LA Chargers. A 1st down puts us well inside the red zone here, guys. Here's the snap and a little play action as Herbert is in trouble. He's trying to get away. He fumbles it. He needs to lay down on top of it, and down he goes. He will lose 9 yards. They started 1st and goal from the 10. It's now 2nd and goal from the 19. It's now 2nd and goal from the 19-yard line. How Herbert fumbled that football, I don't know, dude. But he fumbled it, and they go backwards. No, he fumbled it because it was a forced fumble. Well done by the Houston Texans defense this time. Okay, so Autry forces the fumble. Will Anderson Jr. will tag Justin Herbert to make him down. They're saying forward progress ended at the 17-yard line. So it is now 2nd down and goal from the Houston Texans 17. LA Chargers have the football. You can see that it's indicated by the drive chart above my head, by the possession needle above my head. All right. Waiting for the snap now in an empty backfield. Justin Herbert. Hands waiting for it. Herbert takes it. Herbert drops. Looks to the left. Will wind up and fire. Catch is going to be made at the 15-yard line. It's a 2nd down and 17. The clock stops as Quentin Johnston goes out of bounds, but forward progress ended inbounds. The official immediately went this way, and then coach ran up and said, no, timeout. So timeout has been taken by the LA Chargers. 19 seconds left to go. Third down and goal from the 14-yard line. Halftime is on the horizon. Halftime is on the horizon. So they're in the huddle right now after the timeout that was called here by Coach. Play clock with plenty of time on it. Game clock with just 19 seconds. Break! They line up. It is third down and goal for the Los Angeles Chargers, and they are in the shotgun formation. Omarion Hampton standing to the left of Justin Herbert. Herbert goes to the right-hand side. He's being chased down here. Will Dissly makes the grab, goes out of bounds after picking up just a yard. Fourth down and 13. It's actually fourth and goal from the 13-yard line, and it looks like Cam Dicker is going to get his paycheck here. So Cam Dicker going to take it, going to take this kick here, and I don't know when the Chargers called their last timeout, but I guess that was their last timeout. Okay, here comes Cam. Here comes Cam. 32-yard field goal attempt here for the Chargers. The kick is going to go up, and the kick is no good! How does Cam Dicker miss that field goal? I'm literally hearing him say right now the words that I was going to say. The most accurate kicker in the history of the NFL as far as field goal percentage goes just missed a 32-yard field goal here. I cannot believe that Cam missed that kick. That is crazy. Here is the knee. This is going to take us to halftime, guys. Missed field goal here. Let's see if we can't clear up the mood just a little bit. Let's do our halftime trivia quiz. But before we do that, let's put 13 minutes on the clock. And let's make sure that we get all of our... Okay, should be good to go for the second half. Chargers will receive to start the second half. They are down by 11. Let's do halftime. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for our halftime trivia quiz. If you've never done one of these before, I guess just do your best and forget the rest, man. These should be pretty easy. We're going to get more and more difficult as it goes on. Let's start with question number 1, guys. What is the LA Chargers battle cry? Is it bolt up? Is it charge up? Or is it zap 'em? Is it bolt up, charge up, or zap 'em? A, B, or C? Should be super easy, guys. If y'all get this one wrong, you guys cannot get this one wrong. Please don't get this one wrong. Is it A, B, or C? The answer is bolt up, guys. That is their official battle cry. You'll hear every Chargers fan in existence say, it is bolt up. It is bolt. Someone said all of the above. Yeah, I guess. Let's move on to question number 2, guys. Wonder how many of you guys are real Texans fans. Question number 2. Who is the Houston Texans offensive coordinator? Is it Nick Caley? Is it D'Amico Ryans? Or is it Matt Burke? Who is the offensive coordinator for the Houston Texans? A, B, or C? A, B, or C? Texans fans, y'all gotta know this one. You guys gotta know this one, and a lot of y'all, more than you guys, too many got this one wrong. The offensive coordinator for the Houston Texans is Nick Caley, first-time NFL offensive coordinator who comes from a tight end and passing game background to replace Bobby Slowick in Houston. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Which college did Justin Herbert attend prior to being drafted by the Chargers? Is it the University of Georgia, Louisiana State University, or the University of Oregon? A, B, or C? Which college did Justin Herbert go to? I know you guys know this one. I know you guys know this one. The answer, he was a duck. Quack, 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 we will be covering the Oregon Ducks in the, what is it, the Orange Bowl? Is it Oregon against Texas Tech in the Orange Bowl? I think that's the thing. We're going to be covering it, man. We will be covering it. Let's go to question number 4. All right, guys, what NFL team was previously located in Houston prior to the Texans? Was it the Cowboys, the Jaguars, or the Oilers? Max, thank you for the super chat. Matt Daly, happy holidays, man. Appreciate you. He says, I've been here all year, dude. Thanks, dude. I love it. I appreciate that, Max. Thank you. 7 seconds left on this question. And shout out to our boy Max leaving that super chat. I think everyone got this right, guys. The Houston Oilers were the team that was there before the Houston Texans came in. That team eventually moved on and became the Tennessee Titans, which is pretty crazy. They moved to Tennessee. And, yeah. Okay, let's move on to question number 5. In the Chargers' only Super Bowl appearance back in 1994, who did they lose to? Did they lose to the Dallas Cowboys, the Green Bay Packers, or the 49ers? Probably something that Chargers fans don't necessarily want to remember, but it is a huge part of Chargers history. Who did the Chargers lose to in their very first Super Bowl appearance? Back in 1994, they lost to the San Francisco 49ers, guys. They lost to the San Francisco 49ers. Final score, I actually don't have that one right in front of me, but the answer is what it is. How'd you guys do? Pick C, pick C, pick C. 49ers, you got that right, says DJC2125. All right, guys, who did the Houston Texans beat in their first playoff game in their NFL history? Who was the first team that the Houston Texans beat in the playoffs? Was it the Bengals, the Jaguars, or the Colts? The Bengals, the Jaguars, or the Colts? Who was the first team that Houston ever beat in the postseason? Well, the Houston Texans first beat the Cincinnati Bengals in their very first playoff appearance. Remember, this is the youngest team in the NFL, or the newest team, I should say, in the NFL, the Houston Texans. In 2011, in the AFC wildcard round, they beat the Bengals 31-10. It's been a while. Let's move on to question number 7. Who holds the Chargers record for the most kick return touchdowns? The most kick return touchdowns in Chargers history. This is a very difficult question. This was not originally on here. I said, let's spice it up. I changed Santino's trivia quiz to make this super hard for you guys. Is it Andre Coleman, Ronnie Jenkins, or Darren Sproles? It's not Darren Sproles, guys. Wrong team there, guys. Andre Coleman is the man, the myth, the legend, and it's not even that many. Career kickoff return touchdowns, just 4 of them for Andre Coleman. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Who has the single season record for passing touchdowns on the Houston Texans? Who is the record holder? Is it Matt Schaub, CJ Stroud, or Deshaun Watson? Single season. Yes, I know Sproles was a Charger too, but he did not. He had 1 kickoff return for a touchdown in that last one. I know you guys are saying he was obviously did most of his damage for the Philadelphia Eagles. Anyways, this one here is diddly Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson holds the Houston Texans single season record. Single season, not career. 33 touchdowns back in 2020. CJ Stroud looking to hopefully break that in his career. All right, guys, the original owner of the Los Angeles Chargers also led which famous hotel brand? Is it the Marriott, the Hilton, or the Hampton? The original owner of the Los Angeles Chargers also ran which hotel empire? A, B, or C? A, B, or C? The answer is the Hilton, guys, is the Hilton. So yeah, ownership. Hilton, that was back, guys, when he bought that team in 1959, he bought it for 25 grand. You can buy a football team for 25 grand, and they say inflation isn't real. Next question, final question. Which of these Houston Texans players released a rap album under the stage name Bobby Fino? Is it Mario Williams, Arian Foster, or Kareem Jackson? A, B, or C? Bobby Fino. Anybody know who Bobby Fino is? A, B, or C? You guys have seen this question before. Go with your gut. A lot of you guys have seen this question before. Go with your gut. The answer is Arian Foster, guys. He actually released an album. He actually released an album under the name Bobby Fino. I would say check it out, but apparently it's trash, so there's that. Oh, man. Okay. How did you guys do on that trivia quiz? How did you guys do on that trivia quiz? Sad, says the Mr. Mojo. Robert Zamora got 7 out of 10. Okay, well done, Robert. 6 out of 10 for DJ Gene. What up, Gene? How you doing, big dog? Who else out here? Kevin got 7 out of 10. Oh, Jay Trice got 8 out of 10. Obey saying 10 out of 10. Country says, I did really not good. She says, let's turn down the funk just a little bit here, guys. We're actually going to cut it. That music way too loud. You need to cut it. Cut it. Cut it. All right, guys. I think if you got anything over 6, if you got 6 or higher, congratulations. You know your football. This particular quiz, I wanted it to be a little more difficult. Guys, we're at the end of the season, man. It's week 17 at this point. And, you know, there are always new questions and always new records being broken every single year. But sometimes, you know, we spend so much time creating slides. Santino spends so much time creating slides and putting these things together for us right now that, man, sometimes, a lot of you guys don't know, but these trivia quizzes take way longer than putting these slides together. These slides, first of all, most of these are the same from last year with a couple of adjustments, right? So I already had the template already built out. This takes time. Yes, it does. So does updating the stats every single day and updating the games every single week. But really, what takes time is trying to be creative enough to get you guys a trivia quiz that you haven't seen 37 times already. Because those of you who come back have been here so many times, you've probably seen a good chunk of the library. Doesn't mean you remember them all, but I don't want to just recycle questions. I don't mind recycling a few of the tougher questions, but I want to make sure that we're constantly bringing you guys new data and new stuff, and that's just kind of, you know, it's postseason, or close to it. We're so close to the postseason, and I know we, too, will be breaking records here on Football Nation. Thank you, Jay Trice. Appreciate that. JT Rice checking in. Thanks, Reggio. Appreciate you. Janet Jones, I see you. Mario, tell your wife you're hungry for pizza. No, we'll wait. I'll wait. I think she already knows right now. She's actually probably watching the stream right now. She'll watch the stream and she'll leave it on her phone, kind of leave it on the side right there. So if I'm ever saying, typically if I shout I'm dying of thirst or whatever, she'll normally drop off some sparkling water for me or bring me some tea. Playoffs. Don't talk about the playoffs, says Mr. Mojo. Maddie, thank you. Thank you, Michael. Thanks, guys. I appreciate that. If I go to the Bills game tomorrow, any tips on how to stay warm? Well, Isabel, as a guy living in Texas who could literally walk outside in my flip-flops right now and probably break a sweat, that's not something that I've ever had to deal with. I have no way to help you, Isabella. Long johns? Wear your long johns. Drink booze. I don't know. Moo poo. Thanks for checking in. Good game, says Leo. Guy Fortune saying, hey, Mario, what up, dude? How you doing, Guy? Guy Fortune in the house. Mario in flip-flops, says Roy Williams. Yeah, guys, y'all do realize that I don't wear this like every day. I only wear this getup when I'm live streaming because it's work. I'm here to work for you guys, man. I'm here to provide a service. I want you guys. to see the work that we're putting in. I want you guys to feel it. Texan baby repping ATX, says John Salazar. Arian, I agree. I agree too. Caveman asking who gets the football to start the second half. It actually says it right down there at the bottom, LA to receive the second half. I've also got it right over here, the Chargers have the needle on their side. Thanks, guys. Okay, I'm going to step away from the chat until we can find our groove here for the second half of this game. Derwin James Jr. going around, dapping up all of his boys, making sure everybody knows, hey, we're going to get this second half straight. We're going to get back in this game. Derwin James trying to fire up his comrades out there. Kaimi Fairbairn kicks this off, and we get a touchback to open up the second half. So 15 minutes on the board. It is quarter number 3. Let's make sure everything is set up for the next half here. We'll put 15 minutes on the board, quarter number 3. First and 10 coming up at the 35-yard line for the LA Chargers. Actually does feel like it's been a decent game so far. All right. Let's see. First and 10. We got a first and 10 right now. First and 10, motion on the field. Here's the snap out of the shotgun. Looking to the right, looking to the left. Justin Herbert's in trouble. Oh, a little shake and bake here. Justin Herbert going to slide and pick up about 7 yards. So a 7-yard gain on a quarterback scramble here. It was a keep, and I don't think it was intended to be a keep. Justin Herbert just using those legs to improvise here. I wonder if that's one of the attack plans that Harbaugh may have had coming into the second half. Harbaugh, hands on the knees. You know Harbaugh, he's down here. He'll look down. You can't see his face. He'll look up. He's got the same microphone on the same side. Actually, he's got a different microphone. His is Sony and probably twice as expensive as mine. Second down and 3, probably 10 times as expensive as mine. Motion here from the 42-yard line. Omarion Hampton will lose a yard. It was second down and 3. It brings up a third down and 4. Credit to Will Anderson Jr., who made the stop. Credit to Will Anderson Jr., who made the stop. So a third down and 4. Here's the handoff into the right-hand side they go. Yeah, okay. Third down and 4. The clock continues ticking. Will Anderson Jr. going to lock arms as they, put the elbow ditch against the elbow ditch. Third down and 4, shotgun formation. Here is the snap, and a 4-man rush comes in. Justin Herbert's in trouble. He'll wind up and throw on the move. It's going to be cut, and then it's going to be popped out. It's going to go down as an incomplete pass. Oronde Gadsden gets the target. He cannot hang on to it. The hit jars the ball loose. And big shout-out to Kalen Bullock, who breaks that up. The catch is made. Oh, man. They're going to say that's incomplete. No, he didn't get both feet down, making a football move. It was close. Oronde Gadsden, you can see his disappointment in himself today. That's 2 passes. The first one signaled a fair catch, by the way, guys. So there's the punt. Fair catch was signaled at the 15-yard line. For those of y'all who don't know who the heck this Gadsden cat is that I'm talking about, here's really quick so you guys can see. He's still wearing, in this photo, he's still wearing his rookie, he's still wearing the college suit. So, he's done a really good job this season. Shout out to Oronde Gadsden this season. But in this game, he had the tip drill that forced the interception, and now a crucial conversion play right here to keep the drive alive is going to go down as a dropped pass for him. We got ourselves a first and 10 for the Houston Texans. Texans have the football. They will go to the left-hand side, this time from the 15-yard line. It is no gain as the Chargers defense makes a stand of their own. Tier Tart going to be credited for the tackle on the left-hand side. So 13:30 on the clock. It is ticking right now. Second down and 10. Second down and 10 at the Houston 15-yard line. Jawar Jordan actually got the carry on the last play here. Looks like Ed Ingram has returned in the game, guys. So those of us who were concerned for the Houston Texans and the offensive line, can rest easy here knowing that he's back in. Here's the snap, looking to the left, and it's going to be a play. Catch is going to be made on the screen here. It's going to end up breaking for 15 yards. Dalton Schultz. Ooh, they're saying he stepped out of bounds. The official saying he is short. That looked like a first down to me. We'll watch this replay here. So this one is going to be hit. Oh, that's a forced fumble right there. They forced a fumble here, and it goes out of bounds, luckily for Houston. Wow. So a forced fumble. It is recovered by nobody. That goes out of bounds. It's not going to bring up a first down. It would have been a first down. Instead, a 3rd down and 4, and we line up on the 21-yard line. A shotgun formation. They fake the blitz. Going to break this pass up. Well done this time, Chargers. The man filling in for Denzel Perriman going to break this one up. Christian Kirk, the intended receiver, and Troy Dye is going to break up that pass. It stops the clock with 11:59 and brings up a 4th down. Texans haven't scored since the first quarter, man. The Houston Texans have not scored since the first quarter. The best day ever. Best day. Thank you. It's the best day ever. Best day. $5 super chat. Thanks for checking in, man. Here's the punt. The LA Chargers will return the 20, the 25 to 26, shy of the 30, down at the 29-yard line. They will be generous and mark it at the 30. But I got 11:46 on the clock, and the Chargers get the football back. When we get back, it'll be a 1st and 10 for LA. Buff Fingers saying, "What's up, fool? What's up, Buff? How you doing?" We got J-Ro saying, "Let's get a touchdown." Adam Barton, what's going on, Adam? What up, guys? How y'all doing? As my boy Santino would say, "Hey, how you doing?" What's up, Neil? Says Living Like Larry. Please, for the fans, score, says 206 Stoner. Stoner. There's only one N in there. I'm pretty sure. But that's what happens. Let's see. Malcolm saying hello from Brazil. That's Mark. Mark Yump. Marci Yump. No say. What's going on, man? Appreciate it. Lance, I see you saying defense. Doom, doom. Thank you for this. I'm a truck driver, so it helps. I like it, Chief. Yeah, we have actually a lot of people who help with the infrastructure, who help with driving those trucks and making sure that everyone gets their shipments. It's honestly what keeps this country operational, and I think a lot of people don't factor in how important the truck drivers are in this country. Seriously, like from a genuine non-football, forget about football, like just straight up conversation, bro. What you do is so much more important than you guys get credit for, and it's dangerous, and it's a lot of work when you're out gone for days at a time. So appreciate what you do, man. I'm glad I can be of service to you in this game. El Salvador says, Antonio, what up, El Salvador? I got Charles in the house saying 100. Shout out to the truck drivers. It's true, man. If you guys don't realize that all the things that are sitting on your desk, everything in your house at some point was in a truck at some point being moved. It's crazy. Shout out to Brazil. We got a lot of people in Brazil today. Shout out to you guys. You know what? Commercial break right now. We're going to get back to this in a minute. If you are outside of the United States in a different country right now, let us know where you're watching from. If you are outside of the United States, whether you're in Canada, Mexico, Puerto Rico, República Dominicana, Japan, Taiwan, Spain, London, Germany, shout out to you guys. Carson saying shout out from Earth. Greetings from Earth. Canada's in the house. Montreal, appreciate you. Ukraine, Ghost of Kiev, welcome back, man. Dang, should have done that request earlier, guys. I'm not going to get a chance to answer all of these. I'm so sorry. 1st and 10 as we come back from the commercial break. Down goes Herbert again. Herbert has been bagged. What is that, the fifth time today? Fourth time today? Backwards he will go. It brings up a 2nd down and 15. This time the tackle is going to be made by Derek Barnett, the 9-year veteran out of Tennessee. Bro, you got someone who's 6'3" and 259 coming at you? Nah, man. Nah. So Justin Herbert gets bagged. The offensive line cannot protect him right now. We've got a 2nd down and 15 from the 25-yard line. Herbert takes the snap on the left hash. He drops back, looks to the right. He gets sacked again. Down he goes. It is another Barnett tackle. 2 sacks on back-to-back plays. Brings up a 3rd down and 22. If I'm Justin Herbert, man, I'm going to slap everyone on that offensive line. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Left tackle absolutely got past his. No way. No, that was just so bad there for the LA Chargers offensive line. So bad by the Chargers offensive line. Now it's a 3rd down and 22 from the 18-yard line. A 4-man rush comes in. They break through the line immediately. Omarion Hampton has to do a lot of work and isn't going to get the job done. He'll get out to the 25-yard line. This brings up a 4th down and 15, and the Chargers will punt again. This game has been brutal for the LA Chargers. Thanks again, best day ever. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Is that a world record, says Juana Love? I don't think so. But it's pretty bad right now. Steve, I can't say this out loud on the channel. I know what you're getting at, and from a football perspective, it plays. That's pretty funny. I've never heard that before. Let's see. 3rd and 22, says Carson, just laughing up a storm. Okay, guys, there's the punt. There's the punt. The Chargers send this back to the Houston Texans. They are marking this one. They are marking this one at the 47-yard line. That is a terrible punt on top of everything else. So Stout's punt goes literally 22 yards. Your punt goes 22 yards. That literally, your punt would not have picked up a 1st down on 3rd down and 22. Carson saying 3rd and 22, that punt looks like it went exactly 22 yards. Okay, looks like it went exactly 22 yards. That is so bad. That is so bad. Brutal. That's brutal. Okay, shankerific, says Dan Steely. Question mark coming in here from a man named Cold1737 in the chat. He says, Nico Collins underperform today? Yes, Nico Collins has been underperforming. Is that the world record for the worst punt ever? I don't know, Senkun, Dr. Peaks. I don't know. Let's see. I had to explain to my girlfriend that they didn't say hair burp. What's a hair burp? Wait, what? Okay. All right, guys, those of y'all watching this live stream right now, I'm guessing that you're probably interested in this game if you're a Chargers fan. Next week, to end the season, the Los Angeles Chargers will have to take on the Denver Broncos. They beat the Chiefs, this one here. They beat the Chiefs. They beat the Cowboys. Covered that game here as well. Week 17 right now, you got Texans, right? Actually, did we cover this game? No, this game was on – was this a Christmas game? Yeah, I think that was the Christmas game. Either way, doesn't matter. 2 wins here for the LA Chargers. Then they got the Texans today. They got the Broncos next week. That time is TBD. And then on the other side, guys, the Houston Texans have a game against the Indianapolis Colts. They're looking to get the win today against the Chargers. Then they got the Colts coming up right now. Do you think Nico Collins will get more yards? Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he did. I mean, he's expected to get more yards. In case anybody is wondering, and in case you guys are enjoying this live stream, taking a quick look here, I've got this game right now and one game immediately after this. It's going to be the Packers and the Ravens. Then tomorrow, not one, not two, got 3 games on a triple header, guys. We will do the Seahawks versus Panthers. I've got the Eagles and the Bills. And tomorrow night, Bears and 49ers. We line up here on the 47-yard line. Here's a snap and a handoff. Woody Marks to the left-hand side will pick up 4 yards. 1st and 10 after the terrible 22-yard punt. I've got a 2nd down and 6 after the quick handoff. $5 super chat coming in from Kindred. Kindred71 saying, a haiku. Raiders are so bad, one day we'll be competent. And then he says, maybe we are cursed. That is a haiku, my friend. And I appreciate it. Here's the snap. Here's the play action here on 2nd down and 6 to the right-hand side. C.J. Stroud will wind up and throw. Nico Collins makes the grab. Nico Collins gets the 1st down. He's pushed out of bounds at the L.A. 20-yard line. Ask and you shall receive. 1st down, Houston Texans. So the Texans have the football now. 1st and 10 inside the red zone. 1st and 10 inside the red zone now. Nico Collins good for 23 yards. I'll scroll down a little bit so you can see the top wide receivers on the right-hand side of your screen. This does get rid of the quarterback numbers, so just remind me and I'll roll it back up. 8:30 left to go, guys, in the 3rd quarter. Single back formation for C.J. Stroud. He hands this off to Jalen Noel on the left-hand side. He takes it down to about the 12-yard line. This should be, hold the phone. There's a flag on the play with 8:20 left to go. Looks like it's in the backfield here. This might be a hold against the offense. It is going to be a hold against the offense. So, holding offense. 10-yard penalty, replay, 1st down. 1st and 20 coming up here. 1st and 20. This does back them back out of the red zone. So when they get back in, we'll turn on the intense music once again. I actually got a 1st and 18, not a 1st and 20. Here's the snap and a handoff. This goes backwards for Woody Marks. It will bring up a 2nd down and 20 as he loses 2 yards on that play. Easy does it, says Adam Barton. Easy does it, my friend. So Woody Marks goes backwards on that play. And I think I'm going to grab my chair because I got 2 games today. Not going to burn out on this one. We still got one more, and it's Green Bay. We got Green Bay with Malik Willis throwing the football. And no Lamar Jackson on the other side, too. Here's the drop back on 2nd down, and they're calling it 2nd down and 19. Christian Kirk makes the grab. He goes backwards as well. 3rd down and 23. That's worse than 3rd down and 22. It is 3rd and 23 at the LA Chargers 33. What are we watching today, guys? This is insane. Cheeseburger Dave saying that the Jags will win the Super Bowl. So earlier we were laughing about 3rd down and 22. We've now got a 3rd down and 23 with 6:55 left to go in the 3rd. Both of these teams combined have converted 5 3rd downs. Here's the windup and a throw. Catch is going to be made by Hutchinson. Hutchinson down outside of the red zone at the 23-yard line. It brings up a 4th down and 13. Field goal unit will come out for the Houston Texans, and Kaimi Fairbairn will line this thing up. Fairbairn got this, says Frank Z. It was a 10-yard penalty, William. It was a 10-yard penalty followed by 2 backwards plays. Okay. Lining this up. 41-yard field goal attempt here for the Houston Texans. The kick goes up, and Fairbairn's kick is good, and the Texans will put 3 points on the board. So Houston gets the field goal. They score 3 more points. It is 17-3 and a 2-possession game with 6 minutes left to go in the 3rd. Now, I'm not going to rage bait you guys and start asking, oh, are the Chargers cooked? Are the Chargers cooked? Because they're not yet at least, but more empty drives like this for the LA Chargers, and they will be cooked here pretty soon. Okay, let's take a quick look at the analytics for this live stream. I want to just see where we're at right now and see if we can't Looks like we got over 8,000 watching. That's a good sign. Over 8,000 people watching this live stream. Let's pop into the analytics right now. See what's going on. 1,360 likes. Not bad, but I do believe we can do better. I do believe we can do better, guys. So I'm going to say this. Yes, we are on a mission to get to 100,000 subscribers, but that's not really the bread and butter right now. I want the algorithm to help. You know, I kind of want it to grow on its own, and in order to do that, we do need more likes on these streams. If we can get this over 2,000 likes, I would be so appreciative of you guys. If you're watching, if I've had your attention for 5, 10, 15 minutes, longer than you expected to have your attention taken by some guy on YouTube, help a brother out, smash that like button, and yeah, man, it would mean the world to me. You can consider it the Christmas present. I'm a cheap date, dude. Just smash the like button. It'll be my Christmas present, and I appreciate you guys. Okay, so 6:04 here left to go. 6:04 here left to go. And taking a quick look at this playoff picture one more time. Actually, I'd rather take a look at the draft order here. I'd rather take a look at the draft order. Now, I know that this is going to be small text for a lot of cell phones. If you're watching on TV, first of all, 49% of this audience watches this on their TVs, which is cool. Hey, Ma, look, I'm on TV. But if you're on a cell phone or on a tablet, you can put your fingers on your phone screen and zoom on in to get a closer look at this. The top 24 picks as it sits right now, lo and behold. So my Dallas Cowboys are getting 2 picks, guys, this first round. We've got this pick here and the pick that we got from Green Bay. The Indianapolis Colts lost one of their picks when they picked up Sauce Gardner, and they sent that over to New York. Let's see how the Jets handle this year's draft. Here's the kickoff. This goes back. The 5, the 10, the 15, the 20, the 25, the 30, the 35, down at the 37-yard line. We've got ourselves a 1st and 10 now. We got ourselves a 1st and 10 for the LA Chargers. Okay, guys, less than 6 left to go. Under 6 minutes remaining. And I see a lot of you guys subscribing to the channel. Thanks, guys. I really do appreciate it. I really do. I really, really do. Okay, this is weird. I'm going to pull up my pants so that you don't see my chones, because that's inappropriate. Kara looks like she has become a channel member. Much love. I feel the love. Thank you for your support. Here we go, guys. 36-yard line. The snap comes in, and Herbert fakes the throw. He goes to the right-hand side. He'll pick up 3 as he's dropped from the 36 at the 39. They're going to call it the 38, so it's just a 2-yard pickup. 2nd down and 8 at the 38. They corrected themselves. 2nd down and 7 at the 39. Edward, I see you, brother. I see you guys hitting that subscribe button. Thank y'all so much. James, Edward, and anyone else who subscribed today. I cannot currently see your chats, guys. I've stepped away from the chat on purpose. We've got a 2nd down and 8. 38-yard line. Justin Herbert in the shotgun. Pressure coming in, and this could be an offsides. Down goes Herbert again. There will be a flag on this one. Henry To'o makes the play. But let's find out what this is. This could be an offsides on the defense. And it sure is. That's going to go down as a free play here. I saw the pressure coming in quickly. So, offsides. Defense. Oh, yeah, Bennett was like, oh, it wasn't Bennett at all. It wasn't Bennett at all. It was Will Anderson who jumped the gun a little early trying to beat the snap. So that'll go down as a 5-yard penalty, guys. Brings up a 2nd down and 3. They're calling it a 2nd down and 3. I got motion on my field as Ladd McConkey is the motion man. Herbert takes the snap, hands this off. No gain on 2nd down and 3. 3rd down and 3. The football at the LA Chargers 43. Oops, we got a super chat. Hang on 1 second. I got to pull up my chat board to see it here. Looks like a super came in. Marie, thanks for checking in. Those are such sweet, kind words. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that. 3rd down and 3 with 4 minutes and looks like 4 minutes and 21 seconds. 4:20 on the board. You know what that means. Shotgun formation, 3rd down and 3. Here's the snap. Herbert steps up through the pocket. Will sidearm throw this one. The catch is made by Keenan Allen, and that's a 1st down for the LA Chargers. 1st down, LA. So the Chargers pick up a 1st down here. This moves the football from the LA 43 to the Houston 40. Keenan Allen picks up 17 yards on that play before being brought down by Jalen Petrie. 1st down, Los Angeles. And you see him just go. He goes. Kind of reminds me of the here's the snap. 1st and 10 from the 40 in enemy territory. Herbert lays this out. Deep shot upfield. Incomplete pass. Stops the clock with 3 minutes and 32 seconds. That was a shot upfield for Quentin Johnston. Incomplete pass brings up a 2nd down and 10. Looks like Kamari Lassiter is also back in this game. He was shadowing him on that particular play. So 2nd down and 10. Football remains at the Houston 40-yard line. Justin Herbert in the shotgun formation trips to the left-hand side. Here comes the snap. Here is another fumble, and it's going to be a sack. It's going to go down as a bag. A fumble for Justin Herbert goes backwards. 3rd down now. It's a long snap, and he kind of faked the handoff to Omarion Hampton. It looked like an RPO, and he just wasn't sure what to do. He wasn't sure what to do on the RPO. Luckily, he was able to jump down on top of it, but it does bring up a 3rd down and 14. This backs them up to the Houston 44-yard line. Chargers still inside of enemy territory. Here's the snap, and Herbert steps up through the pocket. He's on the run. Herbert gonna fight for the first. He's still going. The 30, the 20, the 16-yard line before going out of bounds. And Justin Herbert, the biggest run of the day for either team on the legs of Justin Herbert. There it is. You can see it on this line. Herbert just scrambled for 28 yards, guys. He's up to 35 today. We'll scroll this back up just a hair. Justin Herbert, with that one run, officially is now leading the LA Chargers in rushing yards today. That's not a good sign. Omarion Hampton slipping a bit. 1st and 10 with 2:14 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. The clock has stopped. Let's see what they let's see the reasoning here. Ooh, Derek Stingley was injured on the play, so Stingley is down. So Houston, Stingley was injured on the play. He has taken a knee. He's still down on one knee. 2:21 left to go. Whenever we're done with what's happening with Stingley, guys, it's going to be a 1st and 10 at the Houston 16-yard line. We are, again, back inside the red zone. Stingley gets up. He'll have to check out for at least one play. They're going to go take a look at him. He's jogging off to the sideline. I think he'll be okay. LaDamian Herbert as TJ dives. Oh, that's funny. Man, he totally trucked Stingley. He used the truck stick. Herbert bounced off of Derek Stingley. Wow. Okay, they punched this back in, guys. The clock is hot once again. We are lined up for a 1st down and 16. Justin Herbert inside of Houston red zone. From the 16-yard line, motion on the field as Gadsden goes to the top of the screen. It will be a screen play for Omarion Hampton, a little bubble play, I should say. He made the catch at the flat. Lots of blockers up there for him. Catch is made. Not going to be much of a gain here. He does pick up a couple. It does bring up a 2nd down and like 6, 4-yard pickup. Keeps them on track, though. One-handed grab made by Hampton, and Hampton a stiff arm at the top of that before going out of bounds. 1:40 on the clock. 2nd down and 7 is what it says on my TV screen. with 90 seconds left to go. Quentin Johnston is the motion man. A little play action to him. And Herbert's on the run. Herbert looking for spacing. Sidearm throw! Oh my goodness! Almost intercepted. Looking for Gadsden again. And Kamari Lassiter almost picked that thing off. The pass, fortunately, for the Chargers was incomplete and not completed to a white jersey. Chargers wearing blue, Texans wearing white. Bad. I mean, I like the idea of the sidearm throw, but he did not lead him enough to the sideline. So now we've got a 3rd and long. 3rd down and 7 from the 13-yard line. Herbert steps into the pocket. Herbert going to throw while being wrapped up. The catch is made by Quentin Johnston. It's good for a 1st down. There's a flag on the play. Let's find out what this one is, though. Clock is stopped with 1:16. If it's against the offense, this is coming back. If it's against the defense, it's a 1st down. Oh! Holding. Defense. The penalty is declined. The result of the play, 1st down, LA Chargers. It is 1st and goal for the Bolts. 1st and goal for the Bolts. Holding on the play there. I can't believe the dude was literally trying to drag down Justin Herbert, and Herbert standing there with a guy trying to tackle him. He makes the throw through the contact, completes the pass to Quentin Johnston. Here's the snap and a handoff to Hampton, who takes it from the 5-yard line to about the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. Gio, what's up, dude? Gio Personal saying, subscribing to the channel. What up, Gio? Okay, 40 seconds here left to go. 4-0 left to go, and we will need to see one more play before the end of the quarter. Okay, I am in sync. I am in sync right now. William Reed. Anytime, William. Thanks for checking in. Okay, 20 seconds left to go. I formation, motion on the field from the big man. Here's a snap, and it's going to be a play action. Running, winds up, throws, catch is made, and Gadsden will clear his name. Touchdown! LA Chargers. 13 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter, and the Chargers finally get their first touchdown of the game. It only took 45 minutes, but they got it. Literally took 45 minutes of gameplay. 45 minutes of gameplay for the Chargers to get their first touchdown. Here comes the extra point attempt. We'll see how this goes. Better than being Backstreet Boys, I guess, says Live. I don't know. Okay. 2nd and goal. Excuse me. Here's the extra point attempt. The kick is up. The kick is good. And the score is now 10-7. 17, excuse me. 10-17. We'll reset this. We'll reset that. It is 10-17. The Chargers will kick off to the Houston Texans. And we got ourselves a game, ladies and gentlemen. We got ourselves a game. Get it through the uprights. They got it through the uprights. Let's go, Grandpa Phil, says Derek Nail. Hey, guys, look at that. We picked up a good chunk of new subscribers today. Welcome to Football Nation. I appreciate y'all. Hey, if this is your first time watching this channel, man, I hope that y'all are enjoying this live stream. Is it perfect? No, but it's raw. It's real. We got some good inside jokes out there. I'm reading some of these chats right now, and Bangle Bob saying they're still not winning. You might be right, Bangle Bob. Stroud is good for another interception. Let's see. Justin Sackbert is doing SMTH. The acronyms are killing me. That's a tough one. Let's go. Angel saying, let's go Texans. Boricua in the house. Watching both defenses alone is great TV, says Frank Z. Welcome to Football Nation, says Living Like Larry. Bro, can Collins hit 50 yards? Well, we can talk about it here real quick. Why don't we break it down? We'll go to the away team, the Houston Texans, on the road here in Los Angeles. We'll talk some fantasy stats. We'll have about 30 seconds until we get back to the game right now, guys. So I'm going to run through some of these fantasy stats here pretty quickly. CJ Stroud in today's contest has completed 14 of 23 for 225. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 17 fantasy points for Stroud. Woody Marks has 9 rushing attempts for 42 yards, and Jawar Jordan has 6 carries for 24. Jaden Higgins, right now, leading this team with 88 receiving yards. Jalen Noel, actually going to be the number 2 here with 3 targets, 3 receptions for 54. Nico Collins, 2 targets, 2 receptions for 38 yards. If you need 50 yards out of Nico Collins, you are close, but you still need those 12 yards. Collins, 5 fantasy points today in full point PPR formats. Taking a quick look at the home team and their fantasy football numbers. Justin Herbert has completed 15 of 22 for 160 passing yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. 13 fantasy points for him in full point PPR formats, partially because he also leads his team in rushing yards. Omarion Hampton, 13 rushing attempts, 24 yards. Justin Herbert, 5 rushing attempts, 35 yards. Top pass catcher here, Quentin Johnston leads this team just shy of 100. 7 targets, 5 receptions for 98. Omarion Hampton, the number 2 wide receiver, I put that in quotes here. Omarion Hampton, 5 targets, 5 receptions for 29. And Keenan Allen, number 3. Ladd McConkey, nowhere to be found. Aronde Gadsden did just score a touchdown. Here is the kickoff when we get a return out to the 25-yard line. Our commercial break is over, and we are back to the action. Don't worry. We're going to get another unnecessary commercial here in just a second, as this is about to be the end of the third quarter. So with 6 seconds left to go, guys, the Houston Texans are up by 7. The score is 17-10. They do have the lead. They also have possession. I've got a 1st and 10 here at the 25-yard line. CJ Stroud with the hands to the helmets. Everybody else does the same. Stroud under center, takes the snap, hands this off right-hand side, and Jordan will pick up, looks like 3 yards on the play to take us to the end of the quarter. 2nd down and 7 when we get back from the commercial break. Again, Houston Texans are up 17-10. Don't forget Gaskin, 3 drops and 1 touchdown. Yeah, Gadsden has had some issues. You can see this over here today. He's definitely made some issues for the LA Chargers offensively. One of the reasons why they lost, you know, why they forced that turnover. It was a drop pass that got popped up in the air. Looks like Sharire, what's going on? Appreciate you checking in. Says you're my favorite YouTuber. Thanks, dude. Appreciate that. Guy Fortune saying, I see you. Not in the ICU, though. That's bad, right? It is. Guy, thanks for checking in, Mr. Fortune. They will always be the San Diego Chargers to me. They will always be the San Diego Chargers to me. Jeff, thanks for checking in, dude. I appreciate you guys. Folks, let me go ahead and clear the scoreboard. I got to make a couple adjustments here. The fact is still we do have a 2nd down and 7. This is true. 2nd down and 7. I'm going to put 4th quarter up on the wall here. We're going to put 15 minutes on the board. When we get back, my cheat sheet says 2nd down and 8 at the Houston 27. So that's where we're at right now. 4th quarter on the horizon, guys. Here comes another super from Vegeta. What up, Vegeta? He's saying there are so many quarterbacks being let down by their offensive lines. Herbert and Burrow are the most obvious cases, in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, Geno Smith would be another one. Not that Geno is like, you know, top tier or top dog, but that offensive line did that team no favors this year. Not just Geno, but Ashton Ginty had 0 room to roam. One of the worst offensive lines, period, is that offensive line for the Las Vegas Raiders. Let's see. Go Spurs, go. We will beat the Jazz tonight, says Banger Wave. Let's go. Go Spurs, go. Herbert is running for his life, says Dan Steely. Let's see. Ethan, thanks, man. Appreciate that, dude. Ethan just subscribed, saying first time watching the channel, enjoying the vibes. That's what it's all about, bro. Tamara, thank you. Tamara says we hit the 2,000 on the thumbs up. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, so that means that the goal for tonight, not for this game, The goal for tonight is to get to 77,000 subscribers. If you guys want to watch the odometer change here on this channel, come back for the next one. We will be live for the Green Bay Packers versus the Baltimore Ravens. And we'll see how far we can push it for this game. We've got 15 minutes left. Let's see if we can't get to our goal before the next one. Commercial break is over, guys. 2nd down and 7. Going to air this out. That pass is incomplete as that sails out of bounds. It brings up a 3rd down and 7. 14 minutes and 56 seconds left to go. Incomplete pass stops the clock. 14:56. Right now, the Houston Texans have the football. It is a 3rd down and 7 at the Houston 28. Here are some more additional stats for you guys, so y'all can see everything in this game. It's the full box score on the right-hand side. C.J. Stroud waits for the snap. It's a shotgun formation, motion on the field, and we wait. Takes it. The blitz comes in. Stroud gets blown up on the throw. Noel cannot grab it. Is there a flag for roughing the passer, or did they just get a free shot at poor C.J. Stroud, who whiplash looked like he got hit by a bus? There's a flag on the play. It is definitely personal foul. Roughing the passer. Yeah, you can't do that in the NFL anymore. If it was 10 years ago, that's a legal hit. But C.J. Stroud got absolutely destroyed on that hit. That was Dean Henley who tattooed that 0 on him. But, you know, I don't think that that's fair. I think that's a beautiful hit. I think that's exactly the way that it should have gone. I think Dean Henley did his job in getting pressure to the quarterback and forcing the incomplete pass. And the officials throw their flag and make football soft. So 15-yard penalty. We've got a 1st and 10 coming up. Here's the snap from the 42-yard line. Woody Marks gets the carry, and he will be down at the 47-yard line. Call it the 46. It's a 3-yard gain. So 2nd down and 7. 2nd down and 7 at the Houston 46. The Houston Texans will line up here in just a moment. The Chargers, despite making a great play defensively, will be penalized for being for having the aggression that you need to win a football game. Crazy to me that they do this so much. Anyways, motion on the field. Christian Kirk is the motion man. Woody Marks, a little play action to him. It's going to be a toss, and the catch will be made this time by Dalton Schultz on 2nd down and 7. However, it does not go anywhere. As a matter of fact, I think that play might have gone backwards for Schultz. They're going to call it a 3rd down and 7, and the clock stays hot. And if you guys are chatting right now, again, I don't have eyes on the chat because we're calling the plays during commercial breaks. I'll take a look over at the chat. Over 8,000 people watching. We got a game on right now, guys. 13 minutes and 40 seconds. It's a shotgun formation on 3rd down and 7. Looking for a stop. The LA Chargers are showing blitz, and they rush a blitz coming in right now. Stroud looks to the left. He throws to Collins. It's incomplete. It stops the clock. It brings up a 4th down. And well done by the Chargers defense. They masked the blitz from the left side and came from the right side. Beautiful play right there. Pressure coming in. Welcome to 1st down, CJ Banning. Let's go, bro. Fist bumps to you, my guy. Okay, I'm back in the chat, guys. We're going to get a punt. We're going to get another commercial break, more than likely. More than likely here. Here's the snap. Here's the boot. As this one goes up, and away. This going to take a bounce. Oh, this is going to be a beautiful punt. Oh, my goodness. That is a gorgeous punt. The Houston Texans will pin the Los Angeles Chargers at the 1.5-yard line. Take notes out there. Tommy Townsend. What a boot, dude. Wow. What a boot. And that was not my Canadian accent. I'm just saying that that was a boot. Commercial break. As expected. So peak, says the Mobile Gamer. What up, Mobile Gamer? Frymeister saying, love the new subs. Me too, man. Where is this broadcasting from? San Antonio, Texas, Dufflock. We're live in San Antonio. I am upstairs in my home office, Just a spare bedroom that I've literally painted the wall green back here. Yeah, this wall is literally painted green back here. A couple of other things in setup right now. Anyways, Kurt asking, where is Sammy? So you know what? I wasn't sure if I was going to have to bail on this game right now. I totally wasn't sure if I was going to end up having to bail on this game right now or maybe find a babysitter. I had a babysitter lined up. My wife was scheduled to work today. She would actually still be at work right now, but she got put on call, and looks like she never got called in. So she's downstairs with my son right now, with our son right now, which is the best case scenario. Saying, yes, bring out Sammy. Maybe for the next one when we get the Packers game on. She might bring him out wearing a Packers onesie. Let's see. I would have went for it. Would you? No way. 4th down and 7 on their own 46. No way, Kai. No way. Steven asking if I have a second job. No, Steven, this is literally all I do, bro. I'm a content creator. It's official. This is my full-time job. And I am very fortunate to have this position here. We'll talk about it here soon. I promise you guys I'm not going to keep y'all in the dark for how the season has gone. Stick around. When we get to 100,000 subscribers, I've got a huge thing planned. I've got the second channel already working right now. Santino and I are putting together the second channel to give tips and tricks on how to be a content creator and get out of the 9-to-5 grind. But I'll tell you right now, Steven, my only regret quitting my job and starting this full-time is the fact that I didn't do it sooner. Fact. Shout out to David in New Braunfels. What's up, man? Hope you had a very Merry Christmas. I did, Amanda. Thanks for the well wishes. I hope you did too. 13-13 on the clock. They're lining up on the 2-yard line. It's 1st and 10. Shotgun formation here. Waiting for the snap. Inside of his own end zone. I saw Super Chat come in right now. Looking to the right, will wind up and throw. This catch is going to be made, and it's going to go backwards for a loss of 1. This brings up a 2nd down and 11 here. Thank you, Thomas. Appreciate you, man. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for that Super Chat as well. All right, guys. Let's get settled in right now. I'm going to step away from the chat again. You guys know how this works. I got a 2nd down and 11 at the 1-yard line for the Los Angeles Chargers. Justin Herbert in his own end zone, and the Texans smelling a safety right now. Here's the snap, and the 4-man rush comes in. Herbert airs this out, trusting his arm, overthrows here, and Quentin Johnson got overthrown. 3rd down and 11. Herbert looking for a kill shot there from his own end zone. It is a tough spot to be in. Literal backs against the wall. Backs against, I guess, the end zone here. Chargers, 3rd down and 11 from their own 1-yard line. Stats on the right-hand side. 2 drive charts underneath. We wait for a snap. Herbert, empty backfield here. 5 wide for Justin Herbert. Play clock down to 2. He takes it. He looks. He scrambles through the pocket. He's on the run. It's a backwards pass. Catch is made. That's good. Will Dissly makes the grab. 1st down, Los Angeles. Is there a flag on the play? There is. Oh, no. Oh, let's find out what this is. Let's find out what this one is. There is no foul on the play for illegal forward pass because it was a backwards pass, and this will bring up a 1st down. So they were saying that's going to be an illegal forward pass. That is definitely a backwards pass. That is fair. Love it. David, thank you for that Super Chat as well, my friend. David, thank you. Thomas, thank you. FDJC Engine, thank you. Everyone today, thank y'all so much. Here's the snap. The flag has been picked up, so there's no penalty on the play. It's a 1st and 10 from the 19-yard line. That goes forward for a gain of 1. 1st and 10 becomes 2nd down and 9. We start the clock with 11:45. as I speed up the clock a little bit here. Go Texans, says Juan FCO Torres. McConkey with no receptions is abysmal, says 22M. Facts, dude. 2nd down and 9. 11 minutes. Sam the man. Can we come up with a different title for me, please? 2nd down and 9. Here's the snap. The blitz coming in. Looking to the left. Throwing to the left. I know where you're coming from, and I'll smile through that with you, but we got to come up with a better name. That pass is incomplete. 3rd down and 9 coming up. That does stop the clock with 11:16. Excuse me, 11:19. My dyslexia got the best of me. Or maybe I was right the first time. Maybe I was right the first time. Yes, 11:16. It's a 3rd down and 9. Dyslexia got me twice on one play. It's another 3rd down, ladies and gentlemen. So the Chargers are facing a potential punt. 3rd down and 9 from the 20. Here is the snap. A 4-man rush coming in. A spy there. A windup and a throw. It's a check down. Omarion Hampton getting nothing. Henry to getting a huge play here. A 1-yard pickup. Means 4th down and 8 as they punt this one away from the LA Chargers 21. The mobile gamer saying, I don't have Discord. I don't have a Discord channel either. People keep telling me that I need one, but my main focus, man, my workhorse is the YouTube channel. Here's the punt. 4th down and 8. This one looks like it sails out of bounds. Another shanked punt. Another shanked punt. How far did that go? 34 yards, so not very good. They're going to be getting a new punter here now. J.K. Scott is averaging 39 yards a punt. His longest punt of the day was 49, which sure, but he also has like a 22-yard punt buried in there as well. Either way, folks, the clock has stopped. It is the 4th quarter. When we get back, we will have 10 minutes and 36 seconds. When we get back, we will have 10 minutes and 36 seconds left to go in this football game, and it'll be a 1st and 10 for the Houston Texans at their own 45. Pass it to Keenan Allen, says VIP Beastie. What was your sub count when you went full time, says Wow. Wow-o. Wow-wom? Wow OMG, no way. Got it. Wow OMG, no way, asking what was your subscribe count when you went full time? I went full time. I'm going to pull this up here really quick. I'm going to pause this actually. At the end of my intro video, you can see one of my clips here. 36,000 is when we started this season, but we had less than that when I went full time. That was just to the start of the football season. We did basketball, we did baseball, I did a couple soccer games this off season here as well. I don't know, man. I think I had like 26,000 and we picked up 10,000 subscribers. But I think people get so wrapped up in this subscriber number that it kind of worries me, man, because you can do very well on this platform without this count. This count is this is not correlated to your bottom line. And by the way, in case anyone wondering why I'm rambling right now, we are in a commercial break, which is why I cut back to this screen. Man, I could talk to you guys about this all day, and I plan to here soon. But we've got action as we cut back from this commercial break. Thank you for that question. Thank you for getting my wheels turning here. We're coming back, guys. It's a 1st and 10 from the Houston 45. Coming back from the Houston 45 here. 1st and 10. With 10 minutes and 36 seconds left to go in this football game, Houston has possession. Single back formation. I got 2 receivers at the bottom of the screen on the strong side, actually to the left side here. So here's the snap, and here's the handoff. Up the middle he goes. Woody Marks going to use a couple of blocks and picks up 9 yards. That'll be a 9-yard gain. It starts the clock once again. 2nd down and 1 after that play. Good, strong run by Woody Marks. Brought down eventually by the rookie here, number 29, Tarheeb Still. Tarheeb still. Okay. So, we line up for a 2nd down and 1 across midfield in Chargers territory. A snap and a handoff to the right-hand side. It will be a short gain for Woody Marks. 2nd down and 1. It's about a 3-yard gain. That is going to be good enough for a Houston Texans 1st down. 1st and 10 from the LA 43. Comprende? Capiche? Capiche. 1st and 10. I'm going to get up out of my seat right now because this game is getting intense. If the LA Chargers can get a stop here, shoot, we might even get some overtime. Single back. Woody Marks is the single back. 2 receivers to the right. Stroud waits for the snap. He takes it. He does hand this off, and Marks goes up the middle. Marks on 1st and 10 will do some heavy lifting. He'll pick up 7 yards. Makes it a 2nd down and 3 and moves the football from the LA Chargers 43-yard line to the LA Chargers 36. This does put them in Kaimi Fairbairn field goal range. A field goal from here would also make it a 2-possession game, so the Chargers at this point might actually just be looking for a turnover. They might be looking for a turnover right now. I mean, my guess is they're probably looking for one every single play. But we're lined up. 2nd down and 3. Play clock down to 3. Motion from Schultz. Here's the snap. A flag comes in. This could be an illegal shift. Here comes a run up the middle for a 1-yard pickup. Let's find out what the flag is. Could be an offsides. Could be an illegal shift. And they are calling it offsides. Defense. That'll be a 5-yard penalty. And since it was a 2nd down and 3, the result of the play is a Houston Texans 1st down. Hey, yo. Are y'all cooking something that smells really good? Yeah? Hey. Thanks. Okay, guys. Thank you. Yeah, this one's warm. Yes. Yes. Love you too. All right, 1st and 10 coming up. This time from the 31-yard line. C.J. Stroud under center. Moves Dalton Schultz over. Play clock down to 1. Stroud will take the snap. Oh, my goodness. Wow, Khalil Mack doing Khalil Mack things. A huge tackle for a loss here, coming in off the opposite side that he normally lines up on. And Woody Marks got absolutely obliterated on the left side. Khalil Mack, huge tackle for loss there. It does bring up a 2nd down and 14. Backs up the Houston Texans to the LA Charger 35. Midway through this 4th quarter, the Chargers are trying to make a stand here. This is their Alamo. Here is another handoff going to the opposite side here. Looks like Jawar Jordan is going to pick up some good yardage, puts them back on track. 3rd down and 5 after a 9-yard gain on the right side. 7:07 left to go. The Mac got him. Did you get my pizza, man? JT Rice, did I get your pizza? Oh, did you get pizza, my man, is what he asked. My dyslexia is bad today. No, my wife brought me up. She brought me up a soda, lime flavor, and she got me a half a glass of wine, a nice glass of wine, because why not? 3rd down and 5, folks. Got a 3rd down and 5 at the LA Chargers 26-yard line with 6:37 left to go. The Houston Texans on 3rd down want to draw something up, so D'Amico Ryans has called the first timeout of the 2nd half. Timeout has been called. And we've got a few seconds here before the next play due to this timeout. Wine in a Cowboy cup? Yeah, honestly, you're not supposed to know that there's wine in here. That's why she got me an opaque glass so people can't be like, oh, what are you drinking? Or you can see that it's clearly full of beer or something like that. But yeah, just a little bit. There's very little in here. I barely got my finger wet with wine right there. There's not a whole lot in here. She knows that I don't like being drunk on camera. But when we do double headers and triple headers, why not? Okay, guys, 3rd down and 5. C.J. Stroud in a shotgun formation. Stroud steps up to the line, points into the defense right now. He backs up. We're back in the shotgun. Stroud with trips to the left, takes the snap. They bring everybody. C.J. Stroud has to get rid of it. Incomplete pass, 4th down and 5. C.J. Stroud just faced the blitzkrieg there. The blitzkrieg bop. A-O. Let's go. They're all revved up and ready to go. Forming in a straight line. They did form in a straight line. They broke right through that. All right, guys, that pass is incomplete. The field goal unit is out here. Houston Texans getting ready to kick a 44-yarder from the right hash. Ka'imi Fairbairn, there's the snap, the kick. It's up, and Fairbairn's kick is good. Houston will put 3 points on the board. So the Houston Texans make this a 10-point game, a 2-possession game with less than 6.5 left to go. It looks bleak here for the LA Chargers. That field goal might actually be the nail in the coffin. And I know it's only a field goal, but a 2-possession game, as you guys know on this channel, in the 4th quarter, very seldom do we see comebacks with 2-possession games. How about Sammy Ramone for the nickname? Cooked, question mark? Close. James Joseph saying very bleak. Hey, we've got Eden. Eden Malik saying, happy holidays to Football Nation. Mario, happy holidays. God bless you, brother. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Football channel, the best football channel on YouTube, and we stamping that. Let's go, bro. Fist bumps to you, big dog. Let's go, Eden. Okay, 6:29 left to go. Mr. Mario wears pants and wears the shirt. Mr. Mario does wear pants. He sure does. Mr. Mario does wear pants. You'd be surprised how many YouTubers don't wear pants, which is honestly kind of crazy to me. Like, how can you take yourself seriously, much less anyone else take you seriously? Here's the kickoff and the return out to the 25-yard line. Out to the 25-yard line. Yeah, man, if you can't take yourself seriously, you should not expect anyone else to take you seriously. Chargers taking the field. They will start this drive on the 25, so they've got an extended field right here. Touchback, they would have been at the 35, but we got a kickoff. We got a return. We line up. Break. Not much to talk about in that huddle. Omarion Hampton steps out of the shotgun and will line up as a receiver in the slot. Empty backfield here as Justin Herbert waits for the snap. Right hash from the 25. The snap comes in. The 4-man rush comes in. Herbert lays this one out. Throws a rope to Ladd McConkey. Catch is made at the 45-yard line. Call it the Houston 44. First down, LA Chargers. Starts the clock here. Big play right there. 31 yards for Ladd. And McConkey picks up some good yardage. Wide open, bro. Nobody near him for yards and yards. Kamari Lassiter should have turned around sooner. He might have been able to make a play. Either way, we line up across midfield at the 44. Justin Herbert steps through the pocket. He's on the run. He knows he's going to get dropped, but he does pick up 2 yards before he goes down. 2nd down and 8. Clock is ticking. Let's see if the Chargers can punch their ticket here. It doesn't feel like the Chargers have much to play for at this moment. The Houston Texans know that if they win, they clinch the division, or they clinch a playoff spot. They didn't clinch the division. That goes to the Jaguars. Justin Herbert upset. Don't be upset. It's rules is rules, buddy. Sub. 2nd down and 8 from the 42. Looks to the right, throws to the right. Omarion Hampton gets wrapped up immediately. A 1-yard pickup this time. And Henry To'o makes the tackle on the right-hand side. A beautiful play. Brings up a 3rd down and generously giving them 2 yards. 3rd down and 6. No way that was a 2-yard pickup, dude. That's a 1-yard pickup at best. They're calling it a 3rd down and 6. 4:40 on the clock. Los Angeles Chargers facing a 3rd down. They are in go-for-it territory. Shotgun. from the 40. Here is the snap, the four-man rush, the blitz now being dialed up. It's a delayed blitz, and it works. Down he goes. Fourth down coming up now. There's a flag on the play. Let's find out what this is. Danielle Hunter celebrating right here, and the clock has stopped with exactly 4:20 on it. Let's find out what this flag is. There's a flag on the play. Illegal contact, defense. It's not a huge penalty except for the fact that illegal contact comes with an automatic first down. First down, LA Chargers on the illegal contact here. The refs have bailed out Justin Herbert and the Bolts. The refs have bailed out Justin Herbert and the Bolts here. First and 10, football at the 35-yard line. Shotgun formation. There's the snap. No flag on a false start from my eyes. There's a windup and a throw. Aronde Gadsden makes the grab and takes this inside the red zone. Catch is made for 25 yards from the Houston 35 to the Houston 10. It brings up a first and 10. It's actually a first and goal now at the 10-yard line. First and goal, we line up. Shotgun formation. Here's the snap. Looking to the right, airs it out to the end zone. It's going to go up for an incomplete pass. Keenan Allen back shoulder fade. Tried to make the athletic one-handed grab, and maybe that was Keenan Allen from a few years ago. We would have seen a grab there, but good defense nevertheless by Derek Stingley. Good defense there by Derek Stingley on the Houston Texans defense. Incomplete. Second down and goal. 3 minutes and 51 seconds. Play clock down to 12. Shotgun. Trips to the right-hand side, one to the left. Here is the snap, and Herbert surveys with plenty of time. Now the pressure starts to come in. A pump fake. He doesn't know what to do. He'll be sacked, and he'll take the hit. He will lose 3 yards, and it brings up a third and goal. Third down and goal. They're going to drop a late flag for unnecessary roughness. Second and goal. They are dropping a flag, but for what? They are dropping a flag, but for what? Holding in the end. Oh, that's holding in the end zone for sure. That's going to be against Houston. It's going to be holding on Houston, guys. This will be a 5-yard penalty, and again, another automatic first down. It is first and goal from the 5-yard line after 2 costly penalties for Houston. Here's the snap. The four-man rush comes in. Justin Herbert fires to the back of the end zone. Incomplete pass. Stops the clock with 3:40. Ladd McConkey, the intended receiver there. That sails right past him. Ladd McConkey maybe was supposed to stop at the top of the route. Cut too much. Herbert put it just a little bit behind. That's not McConkey's fault, I don't think. Yeah, maybe it was. Maybe that was supposed to be a stick, and he ended up doing too much there. Either way, second and goal. Shotgun formation, 2 to the bottom, 1 to the top. Here's the snap. It's a handoff, and Omarion Hampton runs it in, and it's going to be a drive-by touchdown. 5-yard touchdown run. Omarion Hampton gets on the board, and the Chargers are now within a single possession. Okay. Chargers have all 3 timeouts, guys. We got a game here. The Chargers still have all 3 of their timeouts. 3 minutes and 37 seconds left to go. The Texans hanging on to a 4-point lead. We might see this extra point attempt here. We will see this extra point attempt here. The snap, the hold, the kick, it's up. Oh my goodness! And Cam Dicker is going to miss the extra point attempt as well. There's a flag. There's a flag. Let's find out what it is. Hold on. There's a flag on the play. No way Cam Dicker misses a field goal, and Offsides on the offense. So the Chargers will miss this the extra point attempt. He missed an extra point attempt and a field goal today? Cam Dicker? Really? Really? Okay. Well, it is what it is. The Houston Texans are about to get the football now, so yikes, bro. I tell you what. Yes, says Alice. Geez, refs flag happy today, says Space Explorer for sure. Hey, 7-6-9. We might get to 7-7 by the end of this stream. We might actually get to today's goal by the end of today's stream, which is great. I love seeing that ticker go up, guys. Missed the chip shot before halftime, too. He cost them the game. If they lose by 4 points, that is literally the 4 points that he missed. So I kind of agree with you, Macro. Laundry Central. It's laundry day, baby. You're over 2,000 in the likes. You are over 2,000 in the likes, not in the subs, but the likes for sure. Appreciate that, Mark. All right, guys. Can someone explain to me why he's going to the Pro Bowl? Guess because he got voted in. Bop it. Let's go, dude. Here's the kickoff, the return, the 10, the 20, down at the 26. It'll be a 1st and 10 here for the Houston Texans. They take over. 5 Football Nation memberships being gifted out right now. Our boy Bop It giving out some of those right now. Appreciate you, dude. Let's go. Game over, says Ben Murphy. Not yet, Ben. Not yet. Okay. 1st and 10. Looks like a $5 super chat also just came in. First time watching. Thank you very much, Gridiron. I'll be here for you, my friend. We got football on. You can bet your bottom dollar I'll be live. 1st and 10. Here's the snap on the single back. A handoff to Woody Marks goes nowhere. Mostly the Houston Texans are looking to force the LA Chargers into using their timeouts. The clock has stopped with 3:28, and the plan seems to be working just fine. Okay. JT Rice saying, need a membership. Please, Mario, I love you. We don't give those out. If I were to say, okay, let's give out 5 Football Nation memberships, the giant play button in the sky decides who gets them, not me. I wish I could decide, but the giant play button in the sky gets to decide who gets those gifted memberships. I've got a 2nd down and 9. The football is at the Houston 27. Welcome to 1st down, my friend. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, guys, I am stepping away from the chat. This is a critical moment in this game. I want to make sure that I'm locked in. 2nd down and 10. Stroud will wind up and throw. The catch is made. Someone needed Nico Collins for 50 yards. Nico Collins just picked up 19 more. Guess what? Nico Collins now has 57 yards after that grab. Congratulations to whoever needed Nico for 50. You're set. So 1st down going to be picked up right there. Now the Chargers still have a chance to stop the clock. They've got 2 timeouts remaining. They used not any of them. 2:55 left to go, and the 2-minute warning still available. 2-minute warning still available. 1st and 10. We're at the 45-yard line. C.J. Stroud under center takes the snap, hands this off to Woody Marks. The blitz obviously comes in, and he'll be sat down immediately. No timeout going to be taken? Yes, timeout going to be taken. Chargers, timeout, 2:37. They have 1 left after this one. Timeout going to be taken. 5 to win 3K. Wow, congratulations, Dawn. Congratulations. Bop It, did you gift out 10 memberships or just the 5? Appreciate it. Okay. Sorry if I blew out your eardrums with that one. That tackle for a loss and the timeout being called by the LA Chargers means that there are 2 minutes and 37 seconds left to go in this football game. The Chargers have 1 timeout remaining plus the 2-minute warning. So if they can get a stop right here, right now, they still have a chance. Here is a snap and a handoff. Up the middle goes Woody Marks. He will pick up, looks like maybe 3 yards. And this will bring up a 3rd down and 9 after a 2nd down and 12. So from the Houston 43 to the Houston 46. I believe one final timeout will be taken here by the LA Chargers. And if they can get a stop, the 2-minute warning is on the horizon. Chargers need a stop right here, right now. Okay. With a win next week against Denver. Interesting. The Chargers could still win the division? The Chargers could still win this division if they win today and win next week. 2:32. 3rd down and 9. In the huddle. I'm not biting my nails because I'm nervous. You're biting your nails because you're nervous. 2:32 left to go. 3rd down and 9. Everybody on their feet here. Shotgun formation. Here's the snap, and the 4-man rush comes in. C.J. Stroud is going to get slammed to the ground. Diane Henley gets the play. There's a flag. There's a flag. You got to be kidding me. What is this flag? Everybody's celebrating, but let's find out what it is. Oh, no. Illegal contact against the Los Angeles Chargers, and a lack of discipline. A lack of discipline on the Chargers side of things is going to cost them this game. That lack of discipline is going to cost them this game. Illegal contact. Can't believe it's been a year already, says Buffett. I can't believe it's only been a year, dude. There's Harbaugh with his jaw dropped, gawking. Anyways, 49-yard line, 1st and 10. Here's the snap, a handoff up the middle. Woody Marks looking to pick up another one. He'll pick up 8 yards. It brings up a 2nd down and 2. And you can just tell that the Chargers have just given up at this point, guys. 2nd down and 2. The Chargers saw that there was a chance. Cam Dicker absolutely sold on this game. This will take us to the 2-minute warning, and I don't even think it'll be a long 2-minute warning. I think we can see the writing on the wall here. We just got shafted, says Bolt Up Family. Yeah, that's a tough one, man. Yeah, that's a game for them, says King. Let's go Texans. Let's ride, says Devin. Should be 20-20. It should be 20-20, but it is what it is, man. Chargers acting like LeBron out there, just flopping on every play. One more touchdown for Houston. I don't know if they're going to get an extra touchdown, man. Feels like the 90s, says Alpha. Did your grocery prices go down or something? Because it does not feel like the 90s in this house. My goodness. Cash Mays enjoying this game while he can. Swarm, baby. Bulls on parade. Okay, I see you, dude. Rigged for the under, says DJ. Yeah, what was the spread? I'm looking at it right now. The spread, Chargers supposed to win by 3. Texans +3. Over under for this game, 41.5. Looks like it definitely might be rigged for the under. 30% less inflation in every house. Let's not even go down. Let's not even go down that path right now. Let's see. Ouch, Vegas always wins. It's about time we got a call our way. I see you. I see you guys. Rock and roll. Rock and roll. No AFC West team will do anything in the playoffs, says Alec M. Chargers lost, says John. They're pretty close. Texas sports team in the 90s. Texas sports team in the 90s. Well, Texans didn't exist in the 90s. But I don't know if that's what you're necessarily referring to. Texas sports teams in the 90s would be like the Texas Rangers, my San Antonio Spurs. Maybe those would be the ones. Let's see. The Chargers are banned. AFC South running the AFC, baby, says JME Padilla. Bring back the Houston Oilers. If the Houston Oilers are now the Tennessee Titans, you do not want that in Houston. I promise you that. Tennessee is going to hell in a handbasket right now. Okay, this commercial break is just about over, guys. The 2-minute warning is done. We'll have a 2nd down and 2. There's definitely illegal contact there. Man. The official threw the flag. It's the right play. Right call by the official. It's against the rookie. Okay. 2nd down and 2 from the 41-yard line. Don't hate on the Titans, says Cryptonomics. Here's the snap, the run up the middle. Woody Marks will pick it up, and this will be a 1st down for the Houston Texans. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Mad Hatter. That's what I'm saying, Mad Hatter. I'm with you on this one. 1:40 left to go, guys. 1st down picked up here by the Houston Texans. They can basically take their foot off the gas here at this point. They can run the clock now, says Eric Dexter. They sure can. That 1st down means that we're going to get into victory formation here, and this game is over. CJ Stroud head down. He knows they clinched the postseason. They are in victory formation. There is the knee. There is the knee, and the Texans are going to win this game, guys. Let's see. I've got another game coming up here at 7. Is it 7:15 or 7:30? Oh, it's 8. It's 7 o'clock. Oh, so I won't have a break in between. That's okay. I'm going to need to make a couple adjustments here right now. This will be your final score for today, guys, and I am going to go ahead and start pivoting now because this is going to start happening here in just a moment. We're going to cut over, and we're going to bring up the Ravens. Yeah, I know. You can call me overzealous, but I want to make sure that I can do a quick transition here, get a little bit of pregame in. The score is above my head, guys. This game is about to be over here. This game is about to be over here, so, you know, Hakuna Matata. And they will come out and shake hands. This is your final score. Sorry, guys. Sorry, Chargers fans. Congratulations to the Houston Texans. Congratulations to the Houston Texans for getting their win. They needed that. They clinched with that one. They clinched with this one. Green Bay Packers on deck, ladies and gentlemen. Green Bay Packers on deck versus these Baltimore Ravens. None of these two teams, neither of these two teams, will have their starting quarterback today. So it'll be interesting. Anyways, final score for the Texans-Chargers games. Chargers are going to win that one. They have won 20-16. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to turn around and end this broadcast. You guys should check out the channel because I'll have another stream coming up here in about 10 minutes, y'all. So appreciate that. Looks like 20 euros coming in right now. AFC West champion Denver Broncos fan reporting in. Thanks for the great call. ROX channel, thank you for the super chat. Thank you very much. Congratulations, Texans fans. You guys are officially in the postseason. Well done. All right, guys, that's it. I'll be live in about 10 minutes after I make the changes that I need to make. Love you guys. We'll see y'all in a bit. Until next time, you've been watching Football Nation. Let's effing go.